I forgot to launch my... Yeah, there we go. My chat application so that I can at least have a look at the chat while I'm playing. Welcome back. So this is gonna be part 10, if I'm not mistaken, of Steins Elite on the Nintendo Switch, and we should be starting chapter 9 today. We finished yesterday's stream with the sort of bad ending, I guess, the Lukaku ending. And what it's time to send that D-mail to the past to or make that call anyway to that pager in the past to turn Lukaku back into a guy, like permanently. So let's go ahead with it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I want to make the call, so. If I make the call. Yes, unfortunately, he will remember. Which might be even more painful, but... Chapter 9, Endless Apoptosis. Okay. Now, let's make a save of this here. I'm still on the shrine grounds, but I no longer feel her arms around me. Her? It's him now. My chest feels like it's about to burst. I hold it back.
なあ、ルカ子。
はい。
お前は
I hesitate for a moment, but I have to know.
男だよな。
はい、そうですけど。
He's gone. He has returned.
お前は俺のこと
Like he's gonna admit to it.
いきなり何を
好きか
その尊敬してます。
Yeah, right. He respects me. I don't deserve his respect, but that's not what matters now. Lukaku's answer seemed clear, but wasn't. He didn't answer the question.
男に戻ったら岡部さんへのこの気持ち封印しなくちゃいけないから。
Yeah, but it's just to save Mairi. Lukaku might still like me even though he's a guy again. However, he'll never speak honestly about those feelings.
ありがとうお前にはこれからもずっと
Now, can we get to the business at hand?
はい、もちろんです。
The world line has changed. Lukaku is a guy again. Which means the IBN 5100 should be here at the shrine. On the previous world line, girl Lukaku broke the IBN 5100 while cleaning the storehouse. But guy Lukaku didn't clean the storehouse. He never broke the IBN 5100.
ルカ子お前は去年この神社の倉庫で古いパソコンを壊した覚えがあるか
古いパソコンですか？そんなものうちにはなかった気がしますけど。僕パソコンはよくわからなくて。 ろくに触ったこともないんです。
Mhm. When Lukako was a girl, she trembled when I asked her the same question. But he's not trembling now. Lukako honestly doesn't know.
父上に会わせてくれ。
I asked Lukako to fetch his father from me so I can ask him whether or not the IBN 5100 was in the storehouse.
古いパソコン？確かにそんな記憶がありますね。
And
見てきましょう。ちょっと待っていてください。
he heads into the storeroom out back, just like on the previous world line. But on the previous world line, the IBN 5100 was no longer in the storehouse since girl Lukako had secretly moved it. How would it turn out this time?
見つかりません。なくなってい
it
ます。
still isn't there.
倉庫の鍵が壊されていました。何者かが持ち去ったかもしれません。
Right.
持ち去った。
It didn't disappear. Yeah, the most likely explanation is that the only D-mail that we have to undo, like to counteract this time, is the one that Moika sent to the past, and she probably sent herself in the past the location of the computer so she could steal it, since she was after it anyway. That's probably who the thief is. That thief that took it.
重いものを引きずったような跡がありました。年末に大掃除をした時にはあんな跡はありませんでしたし、鍵も1ヶ月ほど前にたまたま確認した時は壊されていませんでした。まさか泥棒に入られるとは。
じゃあ警察に届けないと。
倉庫にないと意味がないんだ。
The IBN 5100 is still out of reach. There are 2 D-mails left to cancel. Something tells me that if I cancel just one more, I can get back the IBN 5100. 2 more? But which one?
岡部さん、なんだかよくわからないですけど、気を落とさないでください。そんなことどうでもいいの精神ですよ。
その言葉、使い方が間違っているぞ。
Two D-mails remain. First, the one I sent to myself with the winning Lotto 6 numbers. That one should be easy to cancel. The problem is the other one, the one sent by someone I wish I could forget. Because the person who sent that D-mail is Kiryu Moika. I know the gist of her D-mail since she sent it as part of our early experiments. Moika ended up sending a D-mail to prevent herself from buying a new phone a few days prior. The D-mail was sent— oh yeah, it's true, we do know what it was. The question is how it relates to the theft of the IBN 5100. It probably was her though. Kiryu Moika does not deserve my sympathy. That woman and her men have killed Mairi more times than I can bear to remember. I will show her no mercy. There's just one problem. The cancellation D-mail needs to be sent from Moika's own phone. I need her phone, but I don't know where to find her.
明日もあるの？うん。明日だけじゃなくて、明後日もあるの。
Mayuri, who had returned from Komima a mere 30 minutes ago, was preparing cup noodles for dinner and telling Krisu, who had stayed at the lab, all about her otaku adventures. Wahey, Panda-san! It's already past 8. Nothing is happening. Mayuri is still alive. Perhaps her death has been postponed until tomorrow. Is this the will of some higher being, God, fate, the universe itself? Or is it merely coincidence? Ludinyanyan. Mayuri tells me that she'll go home as soon as she's done eating, since she has to be up bright and early tomorrow. She must have woken up early today if she managed to swing by the lab before heading to Ariake for Komima. It sounds like she plans to repeat the process tomorrow too.
ねえね はコミマ行かないの？
俺はパスだが助手が行きたいそうだ。
はあ？ちょっと岡部、何勝手に捏造してんのよ。
さっきまで興味津々な様子でマユリのコスプレ話を聞いていたではないか。
She said on another world line that she'd like to try it
そ
out.
うだけど、誰も行くとは言ってない。行こうよ、クリスちゃん。
I know that Kurisu is a net channeler, but is she an otaku? She wouldn't admit it anyway.
お断りよ。人が多すぎて息が詰まりそう。今日と比べるとね、2日目はそんなに多くないよ。午後から来れば快適その
He's still playing his eroge on his computer, by the way.
同人誌なんかは売り切れちゃうけどね。岡部がついてきなさいよ。あんた、まゆりの保護者でしょ。違うよ。まゆしーはね、オカリンの人質。ああ、はいはい、そうだったな。人質に逃げられちゃまずいでしょ。手錠でもかけて同行すれば。
俺にはこの秋葉でやらなければならないことがある。
何よ、やらなきゃならないことって。
Search for Kiryu Moika. She can have such a freaky face depending on how they depict her. Can we meet now? I've got some urgent business. I already sent her an email. We need to talk, and now I'm awaiting her reply. Something tells me it's not going to work.
無言ってことは単に行きたくないだけか。
クリスティーナ、話がある。
また？
というわけで、クリスティーナ。
コミマに行くつもりはないから。
お前さっき、またと言ったな。ここでこうして1対1での相談を何度もしている。ということで間違いないか。
ついに記憶に錯乱が見られるようになったか。狂気のマッドサイエンティストさんはアセチルコリンが減少してるんだ。
Acetylcholine, I think, is the neurotransmitter that transmits data between your neurons. If I'm not mistaken. A neurotransmitter, acetylcholine levels in the hippocampus increase when learning or remembering. Ah, okay. Well, but it is a neurotransmitter, I had that right. One of several stores in Akihabara that sell replica weapons. Items include Japanese Sengoku period swords, European Middle Age swords, and knight armor. Okay.
地面に答えろ。
あんた、なんか変よ。
頼む。答えてくれ。
答えるも何も、岡部がさっき言った通りよ。もう4、5回くらいこうして外に出て2人でタイムリープマシンをどうするかについて話してる。
俺がタイムリープしていることについて
知ってるの？
かれこれ10回以上だ。
そんなに？何勝手な真似してんのよ。
Well, it's complicated, you know, there were a lot of things to undo. So far, I've changed word lines a total of 3 times. Let's call the first word line where Mayuri died Alpha 1. The word line where Phyllis and I fought the viral attackers is Alpha 2. The word line where I dated girl Lukako is Alpha 3. And now I'm on Alpha 4. From my perspective, Alpha 1, Alpha 2, and Alpha 3 were undone by my D-mails. But for Kurisu and everyone else on Alpha 4, those word lines were nothing but separate, intangible possibilities to begin with. I wish they didn't feel the need to re-explain that in full sentences every time there is a change, because obviously we figured that out by now. I guess I have to explain everything again. Yeah, but not to me. I sigh heavily, then begin.
おおむね把握した。あんまり無茶しないで。
常習に励まされるとは屈辱だな。
なんで屈辱なのよ。せっかく優しくしてやったのに。ほんといちいち偉そうだな。
同情などいらない。すべては俺の軽率な行動が起こしたことだ。
岡部、
俺の心配より真由里の心配をしてくれ。おそらく真由里は明日死ぬ。どんな死に方かはわからない。
If Mairi stays away from the lab, she can probably avoid running into Moika and her men. It doesn't matter though, she'll die all the same. All Alpha word lines converge on her death. Escaping the attractive field is the only way to save her.
お前には悪いと思うが、明日真由里の死を見届けてほしい。
だから小見間に行けって言ったのか。
死は回避できない。抵抗は無駄だ。お前は見届けて俺に連絡するだけでいい。お前からの連絡が来たらタイムリープする。
真由里が死ぬのが分かっていながら何もできないなんて。全然実感が湧かないけど事実なんでしょうね。あんたの目を見ればわかる。
Oh, you know me that well now. Is he okay? No, I doubt he
真
is.
由里を助けるためにはまだ。
真由里のこともそうだけど、私が聞いたのはあんたのこと。
俺がどうしたって。
あんまり気負いすぎないで。
言っただろ。俺の心配より真由里の心配をしろと。俺は明日桐生萌香を探す。
If Mairi doesn't die tomorrow, I can postpone the time leap. If Mairi does die tomorrow, I'll return to the past no matter what.
できれば真由里に痛い思いをさせたくないがな。
だったら今からタイムリープしちゃえばいい。
この世界線においていつがデッドラインなのか、それを見極めておかないと計画をうまく立てられないだろう。
こんなこと言うとなんだけど、私は真由里が死ぬところなんて見たくない。
気持ちはわかるが頼めるのはお前しかいない。
随分信用されてるの。
何しろお前は俺の助手だからな。
偉そうに。
We have our plan. Kurisu will go to her first Komima. Is she gonna cosplay? Mayuri will be so delighted when I tell her the news. At least she will have a happy last day. August the 16th. I haven't seen Mayuri all day. I want to be with her, of course, but that's not possible. Moika hasn't replied, which means I have to find her myself. Guess I'll have to find her myself. Okay, well. My only clue is Arc Rewrite, the company Moika supposedly worked at. I remember Moika telling me that she works there part-time. I find it after a quick search online. Sure enough, their business is producing articles for PC magazines. Luckily, their office is in Akiba. After checking the time, I call their office to ask for information. Someone on the other end picks up. I quickly assume the guise of a family member and ask for Moika's contact info. However, he gives me an unexpected answer. We got no one of that name working for us. There. Why am I not surprised?
いない？
but not Moika. I frantically beg him to look for it, though reluctant at first. He finally acquiesces. Acquiesces? I know what it means. I just don't know how to pronounce it very well. The address he gave me leads to a beat-up old apartment. I feel a strange unease as I approach the apartment. Oh. The police is here. For some reason, there's a police car parked in front of the complex. Well, you can always time leap and then go back to before the police arrived. A uniformed officer is standing out front. Heights White. Heights Howaito. And one room on the second floor, room 202, Moika's, has a blue sheet covering the door. What's going on here?
すいません。あそこの部屋の人は引っ越したんですか？
あ？違うよ。
じゃあ
君、関係者？
知り合いです。
何も聞いてないの？
何が起きたんですか？
I'm sorry to tell you, but the person you're looking for is dead.
自殺だよ。
Suicide. But why? It's true that it doesn't make much sense.
それはいつ？
昨日だ。
そんな。
ご遺体は近くの千代田第三病院に運ばれてるはずだから。身寄りが誰もいないみたいでね。困ってたんだ。会いに行ってやってくれないかな。
Moika's dead? What in the world is going on here? Moika, who killed Mayuri in cold blood, committed suicide? Or is this part of the conspiracy? Could her own men have killed her, then made it look like a suicide? Each time I change world lines, Mayuri's death gets pushed back one day, so does Moika's raid. It hasn't happened yet on this world line. So why did she die? This is the first time this has happened. What should I do? If Moika is dead, maybe Mayuri doesn't have to die. No, I don't think convergence is that kind. Yeah, I just want this nightmare to end. How did all this happen? A few weeks ago, death had no place in my life. I don't know how much longer I can go on. Just one more email to cancel. If I can just get my hands on Moika's phone.
タイムリープだ。
Moika died yesterday, the 15th. I can go back to before that happened. Whether the woman that killed Mayuri committed suicide or was murdered doesn't matter to me. Oh yeah, I couldn't care less about her. I just need to cancel that email. Someone is using the time leap machine. Who? I can't let this happen. The timeline mustn't be tampered with again. I need to stop it now. The person should still be there, though. It's not like the person who does it disappears. By the time I get there, the shaking has stopped. Nobody's there. Nah, that doesn't make any sense. It's not how that works. The time leap machine is still faintly warm. So somebody did use it. But your body doesn't leave when you time leap. It's your memories that get sent into the past. Since when is it that way? Who could have done it? I don't know. But now someone other than me has now used the time leap machine. This is unprecedented. As expected, the history has been erased. The same thing happens when we send an email. There's nothing I can do about this. Besides, I need to deal with Moika first. I put on the headgear. Preparations complete. Should I really leap now? Just a little more and I can save Mayuri once and for all. I know what will happen if I don't leap now. Mayuri will die and I will taste that pain and despair once again. And then I will leap. It's the same either way. There's no need to rush. Calm down. I should determine exactly when Mayuri will die on this world line. The pattern suggests that Mayuri's death should occur between 6:30 and 7 tonight, but things are a little different this time. This time Moika has committed suicide. Just how much influence will that have? There's a chance that Mayuri won't die. We may have already succeeded in averting her death. In that case, I shouldn't waste my effort time leaping. I hear nothing but the slow, steady tick of the clock. Besides, if someone time leaped and changed something in the word line, your reading Steiner would have noticed it, right? I've been searching for the IBN 5100 for the past hour or so, but I've come up with nothing. I still can't imagine how Moika's email affected the computer's whereabouts. What does her phone model have to do with anything? Does keeping the same phone somehow tell her that there's an IBN 5100 at the Yanabayashi Shrine? That doesn't make sense.
結局何もわからないということか。
It's 6:54 p.m., the moment of truth. If Mayuri is indeed fated to die today, I should be hearing from Kurisu soon. Uh-oh. An artificial melody cuts through the silence of the lab.
もしもし。
How did it happen this time? The same way she died last time, then. She died of a aneurysm or something like that, we don't know. With that, I hang on the phone. Maybe it's because I didn't see it happen. Or perhaps my heart has grown numb. But this time I don't feel much pain. As expected, the deadline is between 6:30 and 7 p.m. Unless I change the word line before the time limit, Mayuri will die. I put on the headgear and activate the time leap machine. I must obtain Moika's phone, no matter what it takes. That far into the past? 5 days? I thought they couldn't go back further than 48 hours. I make several consecutive leaps. Ah, okay, several consecutive leaps, okay.
出かけてくる。
Mayuri, are you coming back? Are you coming back to the lab today? I don't know, but don't worry. You don't have to worry about anything. There, that should do it. I head to Moika's ratty apartment. There's no sign of the police this time. Moika's suicide won't happen for another 4 days. The lights aren't on. I'm starting to worry that she might not be home. I knock on her door and receive only silence in response. But when I try the doorknob, it's unlocked. This could be a trap. Remember, we're not dealing with an ordinary person. Moika is a rounder, an agent of CERN. If I die here, what will happen to Mayuri? I need to be careful. So I steel myself, open the door, and peek inside. The apartment is dark, too dark to see. but I feel someone's presence. I tried desperately to swallow the anger surging within me. Since the first time our lab was attacked, the first time Mayuri was murdered, I've tried to push all thoughts of this woman from my mind. But now I have no choice. I can't accomplish my goal until I have the answers I need from her. I must obtain the IBN 5100 to escape the Alpha Attractor field and rescue Mayuri. She hasn't seen him or heard him.
桐生萌か起きているか
誰 FB なの
Who is FB?
FB?
I've heard that name before. If I'm not mistaken, that's her superior's code name.
なんで連絡くれないの私言われた時に
Is that why she committed suicide? Because he won't hear from him? She's still clinging to it, I see.
私の何がいけなかった直すよ直すから見捨てないで FB のためなら何でもする返事をしてよ答えてよ私に指示を出して私はそれに従う命令して命令
She's clearly mentally unstable. It's like she's a different person now. Is this another effect of the world line changes?
おい聞こえるかおい
Well, if this is the kind of message that you send him or her, I understand why he or she is not answering. This is pretty creepy.
桐生萌かおい俺だ岡部だお前
What happened to Moika? From what little I understand, it sounds like she's lost contact with her supervisor, FB. It doesn't matter, I don't care what happens to her. I'm here for one thing.
メールが来ないの
FB とかいうやつからか
メールが
You gotta like the attention to detail because the two keys that she keeps pressing are indeed the keys that have the B and F letters on them. Damn it, we're not getting anywhere. Maybe I should take it from her by force. But what if she tries to kill me before I can send the email? This is a gamble. In her current state, she might not have the strength to retaliate. On the other hand, if she does retaliate, there's not much I can do against someone with a gun. What should I do? Crap, that startled me. Could she have picked the worst time?
どうして私北にだって FB が誘ってくれたのに
I guess she really doesn't recognize me. This is frustrating. Does she think she's a tragic heroine? Does she think she deserves sympathy? You don't have the right to be so weak. She died countless times because of you. Murderer.
うるさいなもしもし
やっと出た今どこ電話レンジの改良手伝うって約束したでしょよくそれでラボメンナンバー001を名乗れるな
誰に頼んでくれ今日はそれどころじゃない
一体何してんのよそこどこ
桐生萌香のアパートにいる
やっぱり女か最低だな
Oh, that's how you think it is. Has she not met Moika in this world line? I gave Kurisu the usual spiel. As always, she hears me without saying a word and quickly comes to one conclusion.
強引に奪うしかないわね。
過激だな。ハリウッド映画の水着か。
相手はセルンの関係者よ。遠慮してたらこっちがやられるかもしれない。迷ってる場合じゃないでしょ。それでマユリを救えるんだから。あんたはヒョロヒョロで頼りなさそうだけど、
Scrawny.
相対的に考えて勝てるはず。こんなこと言うと人格疑われそうだけど、いや、あんたに人格疑われたってどうでもいいけど、殺してでも奪い取るべきよ。
今お前の人格を疑った。だが偽善ぶらないところは好きだぞ、クリスティナ。
What's the matter with her now?
事実を言ったまでだ。俺なんかよりもよっぽど潔い。
どうも。
で、意図を聞かせてくれ。殺すこともやむなしと考える理由がお前の中にある。そうだろう。だからそういう結論に達したはずだ。
Moikai's right there, by the way, you're talking in front of her, just saying.
あんたの話が本当か嘘かは定義できない。アトラクタフィールド理論っていう式を私はまだ完全には理解してないし、それでもあんたの説明をもとに考えると、キリュウって人が4日後に自殺するなら彼女には死亡フラグが立っているっていう推論が成り立つ。世界が彼女の死を承認したっていうところね。因果が収束するなら、これまでの世界線では仮にあんたが彼女を殺そうとしても何らかの邪魔が入ってできなかったはず。あるいは殺した瞬間に世界線が大きく変わっていた。でもこの世界線でだけ考えるなら、彼女は近いうちに死ぬ。あんたはこれまでに何度もマユリの死を見てきたからわかるはず。重要なのは死んだという結果だけであって、過程はどうでもいいらしいってことをね。
Her murder will be
それと同じで
undone when you time leap to be able to send the message anyway.
と思う。
Or if you send the message, she will not be dead. So, in other words, I can kill her instead of letting her commit suicide.
死が決まっているから殺しても構わないか。まるで殺人犯ばりの論旨展開だな。
偽善ぶるな。私は今人としての倫理を捨てて話してんのよ。岡部に付き合いなさい。
She's as brutally blunt as ever, but it actually feels nice to speak so frankly. Crap. Ah, brutally logical as ever, not blunt. Sorry.
だが法律はどうする。世界がそれを許しても社会は許さない。
タイムリープマシンがある限り、相手を殺しても時間を遡れば全てなかったことにできる。岡部は誰も殺さずに必要な情報だけを入手したっていう結果だけが残るわけ。
She's not wrong.
把握した。
ただこれだけは覚えておいて、全ては自己責任よ。これだけ好き放題言ってる私はかなり無責任だけど。
問題ない。実にマッドサイエンティスト的な。
Becoming of a mad scientist.
さっさと型をつけなさい。じゃあね。
This is really cruel. She hangs up without another word. Strangely, I find Kurisu's harsh tone encouraging. Moika is still sitting on the floor. Kill her if you have to, Kurisu said. Maybe you won't have to, though. Moika did the same to us. She doesn't deserve mercy. Even after I undo the murder, the memory of my crime will remain with me. That sin, that guilt, I'll have to carry that weight. I mustn't ever forget. That's what Kurisu meant when she spoke of responsibility. Murder is unforgivable, no matter the circumstances. Can you understand that, Kiryu Moika? I reach for Moika's phone. This time, there's no hesitation. Yeah, man. Moika resists.
携帯をよこせ。でないと殺せ。
It resembles a lot of teenagers these days that can't live without their phones. We're pushing and shoving at this point. Moika still persists and refuses to let go of the phone. This is getting me nowhere. Knowing my next move, I clench my fists. That hurt, but she's not gonna die from that. She wants her phone back. I don't care. I quickly shut the door behind me. The doorknob rattles as she tries to open it. I can finally save Mairi. Moika's change to the past will be cancelled. The world line will change. The IBN 5100 will come back to me. And then we'll hack into CERN. Mission complete.
Hi, Makise.
D メールの設定を頼む。
変な音が聞こえるけど。
She's not dead.
少しばかり修羅場中でな。
殺さなかったのね。グッジョブ。
I tell her Moika's address.
入力完了。
マイリは
まだいる。ブラウン管工房で店長さんと話してる。42型ブラウン管をつけさせておくためにね。
話してないだろうな。
あの子が死ぬこと言えるわけない。
だったらいい。まだ切るなよ。
I put my phone down and resume typing into Moika's phone. Model change, do it now, before sold out. Moika's email said, don't change models. And that's not what the English translation up there says. So what should we trust? Don't change models? Model change, do it now, before sold out. The desire for a limited edition, hard to find products is hard-coded into Japanese DNA. Appealing to that instinct should work. The insistent pounding on the door grows louder. I can't believe how persistent she is. Is our phone really that important to her? But I've already won. All I have to do is send that email. This will end my relationship with Moika. It ends now. I mutter the words in my heart. And press send. I don't get a choice here? That didn't activate reading Steiner. Yeah, I was gonna say so. Why didn't the word line change? Did the phone wave fail to function?
どうだ。
送ったの？
送った。ちゃんと動作したのか。
こっちはちゃんと放電現象を確認した。
正常に動作したんだな。
間違いなくね。
世界線が変わらない。
原因は？
Consider the possibilities.
メールの文面では機種変をやめようとする萌香を説得できなかったか。
送り先の日付を間違えた可能性は？
7月31日。それは間違いない。
桐生って人が最初に送った D メールの着信時間を調べるべき。それより先か後かで受け取った側の印象はだいぶ変わる。
臭いな。
She stopped pounding. Did she finally give up? No, she wouldn't give up. She's going out the window. Yeah. And she's gonna loop around.
何パターンかいろんな文章を送ってみて。それで効果が出ないようならこっちでタイマーを微調整する。
助かる。そっちの様子は？ミスター・ブラウンが乗り込んできてないか？
今下から怒鳴り声が聞こえてる。きっと橋田と真由里が必死でなだめてるはずだけど、いつまで持つか。あまり余裕はないと思って。
GGO1 rocks. Switch now or regret it. I changed the message and send another email. It's not gonna have any more effect. If it didn't the first time, I doubt anything you can try now is gonna have any effect. But still, nothing happens. Change now. Your phone is cursed. I make another one. Send. No good. Why? What am I doing wrong? Think. Why didn't that email work? What if Moika changed addresses when she got a new phone?
聞こえるか？
まだ問題が。
2回送り直したが効果なしだ。
I feel uneasy for some reason. What is it?
岡部。
VOD purple? Removable LCD screen? Model number GGO1?
何も変わっていない。
The message she sent might have been a code that only she could understand. She might not have actually told herself to change phone models or something. Why is it the same as before Moika sent her email? Moika's email said don't change models. She should have had a different phone when she sent it. Moika's email wasn't about her phone. What, you didn't actually see the message? You didn't read what she sent? That explains how it affected the IBM 5100. It also explained why my cancellation emails aren't working. The door violently shakes behind my back. Why don't you send an email to Lukaku in the past with I mean, to tell yourself, to tell Lukaku to move the computer so that it can't be stolen or something. I mean, wouldn't that work? If she told herself the location of the IBM 5100 so that she could steal it. You could send a message to Lukaku telling her to, him, I should say him now, telling him to give it to you or something. It's as if she's climbing something hard and heavy against the door. I suppose I should be thankful she doesn't have a gun, but honestly, this is terrifying enough. It chills my blood to think of what her face must look like now. I've never been the target of such single-minded obsession before. But unfortunately, I can't run away. I need to face Moika again and wring the information out of her. I think you should time leap before you do that. And try again on a different day or something, on a refresh if you like. Because right now, I doubt you're gonna have any information out of her. Both Felice and Lukaku remembered their emails. It's quite possible that she suddenly remembered too.
すごいけど大丈夫なの？
どうやら萌香の送った D メールは機種変更に関することじゃなかったらしい。
どういうことよ？
おそらくあの女は送る直前で内容を差し替えたんだ。俺が何をやっても世界線が変わらない。
Yeah, she showed you the message, but since she's so quick to type on her phone, she might have just deleted everything and just typed something else very quickly before sending it to fool you.
着信履歴はそこに残ってるかもしれない。
着信履歴？
Duh! You haven't done that yet? It should have been the first thing you did. Even if it's not in her sent history, it should still be in the arrival history. Unless she deleted it, but I don't know what Moika's email said, but I know exactly who she sent it to.
うっかりしていた。調べてみる。
If it's not in there, she might have sent it to someone else. For a second there, I thought it would be easy. I should have known better. Her mailbox has literally hundreds of entries over the last week, almost all from FB.
クリスティーナ、少し手こずりそうだ。もし俺が失敗したらあとは頼む。
バカも休み休み言いなさい。状況によっては逃げることも大事。
I hang up. I'm not leaning against the door anymore. Moika could just open it, but she hasn't realized that. So she's so fixated on getting her phone back, she'd destroy her own door. In any case, I don't have time to check her mail history. I carefully grip the doorknob and wait for the interval between bangs. Now. I yank the door open. A coffee table flies out and smashes into the walkway railing. I get goosebumps. Her screech raises hairs all over my body, but then I remember what I'm here to do. First, I have to restrain her again. This is a woman who would kill on command. It's too dangerous to let her be. There's no time, it's now or never. Our bodies collide. Kaise! I should have known she wouldn't give up. She's a trained killer, I guess. Next, she struggles to free her body. Same result. Moika, without a doubt. What about neighbors? Aren't there any?
FB から見捨てられようが知ったことじゃない。この世界線ではお前が直接手をかけるわけじゃないし、これまでお前がマユリに対してやったことはすでになかったことになっている。そんなの俺からしてみれば知ったことじゃないんだ。なかったことを俺は全部覚えている。
Yeah, that word line too.
口には消えてないんだ。お前がマユリを殺した事実は俺の中に刻まれてるんだよ。今日はお前を逃がさないからな。きっちり向き合ってやる。
Until now, I've always run away from facing Moika. But I can't do that on this world line. I have to know what her email said. So it can be undone.
腹を割って話そうじゃないか。
Talk about obsessed. I have no doubt that you would.
ちゃんと話せるではないか。え？
誰？クズがお前の写真をズタズタになるまで放置
サイエンティストのお箱だ。
Scary. Not even. This one's out of control. Ah, so there are neighbors. I figured, yeah, if there are neighbors, they would have heard the racket that they're making. And you're only reacting now? After all this time? Damn, I didn't think about that. Yeah, you should have. I can't have her calling the police. What now? I need to silence Moika somehow. He's kissing her? Okay, what a relief. I feel a sharp pain on my lip. I instinctively jerk away. She bit me. Yeah, okay. So what now? Do they keep fighting? How much time has passed? It feels like it's already been dozens of hours. Nah, it's still night. It's probably what hasn't been more than 1 or 2. Moika hasn't said a word since I kissed her. Has she given up? Either way, I can't let my guard down. What? I never thought she'd be the one to extend an olive branch. This is what I was waiting for. Now I move in for the kill.
お前は D メールを送ったことを覚えているか？
D 何？
D メール、過去へ送ることのできるメール。お前はそれを送った。お前自身の携帯へな。機種変更に関する内容だと思っていたが、それは嘘だった。お前は俺たちの目をごまかしてこっそりメールの内容を入れ替えたんだ。その結果、世界線が変わった。お前は覚えていないか？
It's quite possible that after she did a job to retrieve the IBN 5100, that FB person didn't need her anymore, so now she's just being ignored because that's what these people are like. Just using people, even those that work for them.
思い出していないだけなんだ。思い出せ。お前は思い出さなければならない。
Or else what? I don't know. This is just a tactic to put pressure on Moika. I have another plan to make her remember.
本当に知らないの？思い出せるならそうするけど、わからないわ。一体
I don't know if she would be telling the truth. Why would all the others have remembered, but not her? Just a little more and her resistance will end.
だったら質問を変える。
You received a strange
お
email.
前は奇妙なメールを受け取ったはずだ。差出人はお前自身の携帯。しかもそのメールは 数日後の未来から送信されていた。
This you remember.
それがお前が送った D メールだ。内容を教えろ。
教えたら
携帯は返す。
くそ。内容は言えない。
なぜだ。
ラウンダーに関係する。
She said something about rounder in Japanese, if you heard. Launda, she said. I recall what Moika told me on the previous world line. The rounder's mission is to find and acquire IBN 5100s.
IBN 5100。
You told her where you got yours, remember?
どこまで知っている。
質問をするのは俺だけだ。いいから答えろ。
言えない。FB を
Yeah, that same FB who's not answering you anymore because he couldn't care less. Or she. But I'm assuming it's a guy.
大した忠誠心だな。
But Mairi's fate hangs in the balance. I can't give up. She's running out of willpower. She won't be able to hold out much longer. If she won't talk now, then I'll just wait until she will.
携帯がないとそんなに苦痛か。なぜそこまで依存する。
会話まともにできなくて。
今はしているではないか。
メールまでできなくなったら私は世界から断絶してしまう。
世界だと。孤独な女を気取っているつもりか。お前が恐れているのはラウンダーから見捨てられることだろう。
違う。ラウンダーじゃなくて FB から見捨てられること。
That's the same thing, isn't it?
だったら世界などと言うな。何の罪もない女の子を容赦なく殺した分際でマユリを世界から断絶させた分際で。
殺してない。
そう、この世界線で
But
は
on many others you did.
だが別の世界線においてはお前はラウンダーとして俺たちのタイムマシンを奪おうとした。その時に殺したマユリを。
In another word line, when I talked to her below the overpass, she told me that Mairi was unnecessary. It didn't matter to Cern whether she lived or died.
FB の指示なら殺した。
What is it that makes her follow his or her every orders like this? Like, yeah, if he told me to, then yes, I killed her. But you didn't have to listen to him, right?
FB とは何者だ。一体どこにいる。
He doesn't care about you. Obviously. I asked her the same question back then, but another rounder appeared before she could answer. Something tells me she won't have a backup this time. Moika's position in the rounders has changed. Yeah, if FB won't contact her anymore, I suppose that happened, yeah.
ならばいいことを教えてやる。いいか。お前は今俺に捕まっている状況だが、どうせ誰も助けに来ない。お前は絶望に打ちひしがれたまま4日後に自殺する。俺は5日後から来た。セルンが欲しがるタイムマシンを使ってな。だから知っている。お前はこの部屋で一人 孤独に自分を殺すんだ。お前の大好きな FB はお前を助けない。ラウンダーもセルも300人委員会もだ。
He knows a lot, doesn't he? Didn't expect that, did ya?
どれだけメールしても上司からの連絡はないんだろう。それはなぜだ。
He doesn't know, but he can guess.
もう見捨てられているんだよ。
Guilt squeezes my heart. I know that I'm causing this woman pain, but I'm clearly hurting the woman in front of me. Insane mad scientist my ass. I'm afraid to hurt my mortal enemy. I'm nothing but a hypocrite.
FB をかばう必要はない。だから全て話せ。
FB は裏切らない。私を見捨てない。
Yeah, right.
だったらなぜお前は4日後に自殺すると思う。
お前が私を殺すのよ。自殺
Nope.
俺はそんなヘマはしない。俺ならお前を殺した後で
That's a convincing argument right there.
お前の死はなかったことにできる。
私は
FB から返事が来ないと言ってこの部屋で死んだような顔をしていたのはどこのドイツだ。もう何日来ていない。 FB からの連絡は普段はどのくらいの頻度で来ていていつから来なくなった。
普段毎日連絡を。でももう10日。
Yeah, what happened then on this timeline to make... I guess, did she... I mean... She's no use to him anymore, so he's not gonna answer? Is that just as simple as that?
10日も連絡が来ていない。そうだな。
私
Damn you, Zuckerberg! Yeah, it's all Zuckerberg's fault. Hi
お
there.
前は裏切られたんだよ。
FB を信じてる。
お前は
In 2006, recruiting rounders. So she's been with them since June 2006. It's been 4 years.
利用されるだけされてな。
I
もう
believe
用
in
済みという
Facebook.
ことだ。
Your usefulness has ended.
FB は
Obviously he is.
だったらどんな人なんだ。
お母さんみたいに
She?
私に
Okay. My bad. I assumed it was a guy and that she had feelings for him. But apparently it's a woman and she considers her like a mother, it seems.
私はやっと心地いい居場所を
FB is a woman? Well, sorry for my assumption then. I've never worked before, I don't have any skills.
すぐに返事くれた。友達みたいで。
大丈夫です。
でも包み込む優しさがあって。
会った
We're
こ
in
と
this
は
together. Have you met her? Young adult woman realizes what Facebook really is and does after being a typical Facebook addict teen. The visual novel. What? TM. Moika shakes her head weakly.
会ったことがない。お母さんみたいで友達みたいで
She's addicted to emails, remember?
心地いい居場所だったのに。
Damn, if they had met, Then I could have gotten Moika to lead me to her. Ah, it was buffering? Sorry about that. It's possible that it was on my end. I lost frames at some point.
互いの正体
360p time?
隠すのがルールだ。
That might have been on my end very briefly. It seems to be normal now, though. Rounders must hide their identities from one another.
連絡は取り合っていたのに一度も会ったことはない。確かに会うのはルール違反かもな。
違う。
She's afraid of people.
会ったら幻滅される。
She can only talk by email, she said, and I think she was truthful about that.
思わない。
会いたいと言われたことは
一度もないし、行ったことも。
その様子だと電話もしたことがないな。避けられているとは思わなかったのか。そこまで親身になってくれた優しい女上司がお前に会おうとしない理由は本当にルールだけだ。そしてなぜ連絡をよこさない理由を考えてみる。
Well, I said I assumed it was a man, but apparently it's a woman. But it could also have been a man posing as a woman.
お前は
If
騙され
she
た
never met the person, she was using you. You were tricked.
FB を悪く言わないで。そんな人じゃない。
連絡が途絶える前最後のメールはどんな内容だった？
IBN5100 を
Yeah, on my end, it
置い
seems
ておけ。
it seems fine on my end. I don't seem to be dropping anything at the moment. My internet is fine. I'm monitoring the situation, so it seems to be okay. This points to only one conclusion. She sent herself the location of the IBN 5100.
その場所はどこだ？
コインロッカー。大ビル。前。
The same in which Lukaku hid it in another word line? Oh, yeah. Yeah, it is. Is this another effect of convergence? Can I retrieve the IBN 5100 if I go there now? On this word line, I mean, at that point in time on that word line, probably not. Because she probably stole it 10 days ago. So, no. You could change things by sending a D-mail to the past, telling Lukaku to move it, though. No, I can't expect it to still be there. I sigh deeply and lift myself off Moika's body. Then I lean back against the wall and stretch my aching limbs.
携帯を使わせてもらうぞ。
I open Moika's mailbox and search for the D-mail. It feels like looking for a needle in a haystack. It takes about 3 minutes, but I finally find it. The mail was sent on August 4th at 2:37 p.m. Withdraw immediately. And received on July 31st at 10:37 a.m. Just as I suspected, Moika changed her D-mail in the few seconds I had my back turned. All I need to do now is send the cancellation mail.
今ラボにいるか？
心配させんな。バカ。
心配してくれていたのか？
どう見ても死亡フラグ立ってたから無事なのが驚きよ。
今どこにいる？
ちゃんとラボで待機中。
もう一度 D メールを送る。準備を頼む。
タイマー設定は
31日の 11時頃に着くように設定を。
That might not be enough.
31日の11時ということは。準備 OK。
よし、起動してくれ。
起動した。
ダメだ。なぜ変わらない。
また間違い。
いや、そんなはずはない。萌香の D メールの内容も確認済みだ。それを否定するメールを送った。
What the hell's wrong this time?
最初の D メールの内容は。
柳林神社に IBN5100 があると知らせるものだ。今のメールでそれは罠だと否定したんだが、もう一度別の文面で再送を。
待った。 D メールの面倒な部分についてはロト6の実験で検証済みでしょ。 D メールを読んだ人間がその通りに行動するかどうかは個人の資質に影響される。桐生って人は神社に IBN5100 があると知らされた。直後にそれを否定するメールが来ても構わず神社に
Yeah, think. Even if it was a trap, she'd still take the risk. Because it was the only lead she had. Think.
否定するメールを信じなかったか。あるいはクソ真面目に否定されても念のために調べてみたかということか。
I glanced at Moika.
厄介ね。神社に調べに行くことにリスクが発生すると伝えても聞いて。
より強制力の強い文面にするしかない。神社に行くのを
Don't try to go through her. Why do you insist on doing it that way? Why don't you send that email to Lukaku instead? If it's from you, and you know that he has feelings for you, even though he's a guy on that word line, he's definitely gonna try to help you by doing what you say.
どうやって。
That's the problem. Is it possible to persuade her with just 36 bytes of text?
例えば7月30日のお礼と D メールを送り、先に IBN5100 を回収させるという方法は。
Well, it's basically the same thing as what I did. Well, in a roundabout way.
その日のあんたは IBN5100 に興味があったのか。
When did I start caring about the IBN 5100? I can't remember. Fine, that's out. So how do I convince Moika to listen?
FB だ。
何。
萌香の上司、依存の対象。FB からのメールなら無条件で信じるはず。
If it came early enough, before she met Okabe for the first time, she might believe. Yeah, we don't have FB's phone though.
いいや。会ったことさえない。どこにいるかもわからない。
Why not ask Daru to... If you have the email address, Daru can probably hack into it and use that email to send a fake D-mail, right? You don't need the phone, you only need the mail address. It doesn't matter if the email came from a phone or from another thing. If it really is just email and not coming from a phone number. If it comes from an email address.
少し時間をくれ。
また待たせるのか。まあ、私はずっとラボに泊まり込んでるからいいけど、あんまり無茶しないでね。
So even after prying answers out of Moika, there's still more work to be done. FB's identity, FB's location. Unless I can figure out both, I'll never be able to break out of this world line. I call Moika's name. When she finally looks up, I drop her phone onto her lap.
？FB を探すことになった。お前は どういう経緯でラウンダーに？
Honestly, I couldn't care less.
4年前死のうとしてた。何の希望も持てなくて、何もかもが嫌になって。
原因は？
特にこれっていうのは、でも小さなことがたくさん積み重なって、もともとこんな性格だし。
家族は？
Moika shakes her head a little.
でも死ぬのを失敗して、そこにメールがラウンダー募集って、個人宛てじゃなくて一斉送信の。
Isn't that spam? It is. It really is. Do the rounders really recruit like that?
私はどうでもよくなってた。だから気づいたら返
You
信
know
し
what you
て
could
た。
do?
そしたら
Hold on.
連絡が来たの。
You know what you could do? Contact her before FB did. Yeah, but yeah, I was gonna say, and then convince her to become a lab member before she becomes a rounder, but I guess if she became a rounder in 2006, yeah, there was no lab at the time, so you can't really do that. Ah, damn it. Because if you extend an offer of a kind of friendship, the way that she was looking for it in becoming a rounder, if you offer it to her first, she would pledge her allegiance to you and not to FB and CERN and the rounders. But I guess, there is no easy way to achieve that result, though.
それからずっと FB の指示に従ってた。
ずっとこの秋葉に？
3ヶ月前まで名古屋、その前は横浜、その前は
The rounders' chief duty is to acquire IBM 5100s. I guess they had her traveling all over Japan digging up info on retro PCs.
これまでに IBN5100 をいくつ見つけた？
一台も。
No results? It sounds like CERN is spending a lot of effort for not much return. But she did find one, didn't she?
お前はこの後どうするつもりだ？ただ絶望に打ちひしがれて予定通り自殺するか？抗おうとは思わないのか？
抗う？
Even as I ask the question, I know that for her, rebellion is impossible. This world line has already approved her death. She is in the same situation as Mayuri. No matter what she does, she will die.
FB はお前を利用し見捨てた。それを認めろ。その上で FB に対してどうしたいと考えているんだ？
利用されていたとしても、私の居場所そこしかなかったから。
You were a lab member, remember?
生きてきた中で自分が必要とされたこと、 FB が居場所を与えてくれたの。私にその居場所を守るためなら、生きがいを与えてくれた FB を守るためなら何だってする。
お前は救いようのないバカだ。だったら依存したまま死んでいけ。お前の死は確定している。
Or I guess you could try to send her an email to so far back into the past where where you tell her don't listen to any message coming from FB. And if you come meet me in 2010, you'll become a lab member or something like that. Try to convince her to never become a rounder in the first place.
世界の思い通りになっていいとは思わない。だから徹底的に抗う。
No matter what, I will save Mayuri. Just a little bit more, I can't give up now. It's midnight and Akiba is practically empty. The silence is eerie. There's no sign of anyone near the coin locker. Considering the IBN 5100's size, it couldn't fit in the regular sized lockers. She must have put it in one of the 3 large lockers on the right. Oh, they're out on the street actually.
使用中。
The bottom locker is still in use. Is the IBN 5100 really inside? I want to check right this instant. I can't believe I forgot to ask Moika which locker she used. Should I get a crowbar or something to pry the locker open? Let's try it just to make sure. First, I make a quick visit to the lab. Then I return to the lockers and thrust the pointed tip of the crowbar into the crack of the door. The light is already off. Just as I begin to pry, a shrill siren shatters the night. I'll look up to see the red lights of a patrol car coming this way. Their timing couldn't be worse. I'm stuck in an interrogation room all night, getting preached by the policemen. I conclude that this is another effect of attractive field conversions. You know where it is now, so you could go back on another night. No matter what I do, I cannot obtain an IBN 5100 on this world line. That is what fate has decreed. I get the police to call my father and they finally release me. After my father goes home, I head straight to Moika's apartment. I tried calling her. I took the opportunity to memorize her phone number yesterday, but she wouldn't pick up at all. Favor to ask, Tudaru. You know the coin locker in front of Daibiru? I need you to check if the big locker on the lower right is in use. Please, this is very important.
IBN 5100を入れたのは右下のコインロッカーで合っているか。
なぜ
IBN 5100が入る大きさのロッカーはあそこには3つしかなかった。
Logic.
そのうち一番下のみが使用中。もしお前が一番下に入れたというなら FB はまだ IBN 5100を回収していないことになる。この意味がわかるか。あそこに貼っていれば FB が回収しに来た時に
Oh, I never sent the thing on
ということだ。
on my Discord, by the way. That's a shame.
その発想はなかったか。ラウンダーのくせに冷静さが欠けているぞ。お前
I wasn't really looking at the game though for a few seconds. Out of all the lockers, only 3 could hold the IBN 5100. Out of those 3, only the bottom one was in use. If that's the one you used, then FB hasn't picked it up yet. Do you know what that means? It means that if we stake out the locker, you'll get to meet FB. It hadn't occurred to you, some secret agent you are.
込んでみようと思う。
Found it. Checked. The big locker on the lower right is in use. What's this about anyway? Don't make me your errand boy so early in the morning, fool. I'm headed there now. You coming?
会ってどうするの
FB に携帯を借りる。
That's the best way to prevent Moika from going to Yanabayashi Shrine.
会えない会う勇気ない幻滅される
お前はとっくに幻滅されているか。最初から期待すらされていなかった。
Just like Daru's mail said, the locker is still occupied when I get there. I look around to make sure there are no patrol cars. I head across the street to Daibiru and begin to stake out. I wouldn't want a security guard to give me trouble. So hungry. I'd love to go get some food, but I can't take my eyes off the locker. Just then, somebody taps me on the shoulder. FB? It's Moika.
お前なんでここに
私も張り込みをダメかな
なぜ心変わりしたお前は FB とのメールだけの関係に居心地の良さを感じていたその適度な距離感に依存していたはずなのになぜ今さら一歩を踏み出そうと思った
このままじゃ FB からの連絡がなくなったら私世界とのつながりが
断絶される
Moika nods faintly.
孤独に耐えられないくらい弱いのに FB の命令さえあれば容赦なく人も殺せるとはな典型的な狂信者だよお前は
Pisses me off. What? Occultist, that's what you are. And our cult leader FB abused her weakness before throwing her out like old clothes. Pisses me off.
なんだこれは
Pan? Bread?
もしかして差し入れか
Moika nods.
よし許可するお前も張り込みを手伝え
Now we can take turns watching, and we'll also look less suspicious to passers-by. The night draws on, and still no sign of FB. We nap in one of our in 1 hour shifts, but it doesn't. Wait, what? But it doesn't help the exhaustion. On top of that, I don't have anyone to talk to. Moika can't keep a conversation going, so there's nothing I can do to stave off boredom. The wait finally ends at just after 1 p.m. on the 13th. Someone comes to open the lower right locker. We watch from behind the pillar.
あいつが FB か
FB は
となると雇われて回収しに来た人間かもしれないあいつが FB か
FB は女性よ
Okay. The man has the key to the locker, it seems. He pays the late fee with 100 yen coins, then removes the cardboard box. With a bit of effort, he manages to load the IBN 5100 onto a pushcart and begins walking away.
追うぞ
When the man arrives at Akihabara Station, he leaves the cart next to him and begins reading a magazine. A short while afterward, a second man in a white t-shirt casually walks past him, taking the cart as he goes. The first guy doesn't even look up.
妙だな
What was the purpose of that transfer? Was this just a handoff? From a collector to a transporter? It's a rounder, he has the tattoo. At any rate, if we keep following the IBN 5100, we should reach FB. We follow the man into the station. I can't help but stare at his tattoo on his neck, taking care not to be spotted. I continue to observe him. More than 30 minutes pass, and the man hardly moves a muscle. Here, the train sees a sharp increase in passenger traffic.
降りる
Shinjuku Station, isn't that like the biggest train station in Japan or something like that? Like a super huge location? We follow him, but due to our slow reaction, we have to push our way through the boarding passengers. Not wanting to lose him in the crowd, I follow close behind him. He doesn't even have the computer with him at that point. But then I stop in my tracks. His suitcase is missing. What?
尾行対策か
Too bad. They know how to lose a tail. I return to the lab and leap an hour back. find myself inside the train.
新宿駅で仕掛けてくるぞ。あの男、降りたと見せか
Yeah,
けて荷物を
he's not
別の
completely
人間に
stupid
渡
either.
す。さっきはまんまと引っかかった。
さっき
俺は1時間後からタイムリープしてきたんだ。
タイムリープ
The train arrives at Shinjuku on schedule. The doors open and passengers spew out.
やはり
After that incident, the package swaps couriers like a hot potato, snaking around the tracks that run through Tokyo like a web. Yamanote Line, Meguro Station, Namboku Line, Nagato Station, Yurakucho Line, Ikebukuro Station, Fukutoshin Line, Shinjuku Sanchome Station, Toei Shinjuku Line, Kudanshida Station, Tozai Line, Kayabacho Station. Whenever they give me the slip, I time leap and resume the chase. Finally, the courier and package get aboard the Ibiya line and return to Akihabara Station where it all began. I recognize the last courier. He's one of the men who raided the lab with Moika. A car honks its horn. Moika and I immediately hide. A muscular man hops out of the truck. Huh? Huh? No, it can't be. Why is he here? So, is that why there is a optic fiber connection directly to CERN, going from the building with the lab to that place? Does this mean he's connected to FB, to the Rounders? What's going on here? His shop is right below the lab. If he's connected to the enemy... I shiver at the thought. As we continue to watch from a distance, Tennoji takes the suitcase and loads it onto the truck. Then he gets into the truck alone and takes off towards Showadori. I stare after it in disbelief. The time leaps several hours to before the first man arrived at the coin locker. Then I explain the situation to Moika. My plan is to get ahead of the package. After killing some time at Starbucks, we rent a car. I don't have a license, so Moika's driving. Uh-huh.
緊張しているのか。肩に力が入りすぎているぞ。運転歴はどれぐらいだ。
ペーパー
ペーパーってペーパードライバーということか。勘弁してくれ。事故るなよ。
I was surprised Moika had the license in the first place. Apparently FB told her it would come in handy for a rounder work. We've seen her using a car though in another timeline, haven't we? When she was all dressed in black. I think it was that one time where she shot Mayuri in the middle of the street. When he took Mayuri by the hand and he was running with her through the streets or something like that. And then she came in a car, as I recall, and she was driving. But I guess in this world line, she might have never driven a car, I suppose. Finally, we arrive at Tennoji's house in Okachimashi.
どういうこと FB はどこ
You're back? Is it working better? You might want to pause it and let it... You're black? Looks like my internet fixed itself. Yeah, and you're black again, by the way. Yeah, I just noticed. I was gonna say, yeah, if it still buffers, you might want to pause it for a few seconds. And then unpause it. It will have buffered enough that you shouldn't get cut off, maybe in the middle. You might be a few seconds behind. Like the delay between between the messages and stuff might be a bit longer, but at least it would be stable. Where is FB?
あの家に運び込んだことが何を意味するかだ。一時的な保管場所ということなのか。
Moeka insists that FB is a woman, so maybe it's Tennoji's wife, whom I've never met. I think you made the right call, M4. Honestly, I don't know anyone who works as hard as you do. I have Moeka show me one of FB's mail.
M4 というのが私のコードネーム。
Moeka Kiryu. No, I don't get it. I don't get why the 4.
それも FB がつけてくれた。
Moeka is a mailing machine. She sent FB nearly 10 mails a day, but FB replied to every single one. You'd have to be a saint to reply to all those emails. No wonder Moeka was so dependent on FB.
今度はここで張り込みだな。
We park a couple blocks away and watch the video feed. The next day, Tennoji goes to work on his moped like usual. He returns after sunset. There's no sign of his daughter Nae or his wife. Something finally happens early Sunday morning. Just before 3 a.m., a white station wagon stops in front of Tennoji's house and a number of men come flooding out.
あれは
They're the rounders who raided the lab with Moika.
今度はどこへ？
I'm interested in Tennoji's story, but the IBN 5100 will lead us to FB. We decide to follow the station wagon. The pursuit ends at Narita International Airport. The 6-man IBN 5100 in tow board a plane headed for France, Søren's home country. What does this mean?
天王寺の
Damn French!
FB の可能性がある。
Since there's been no sign of FB this far, she must be an extremely cautious individual, but the evidence suggests only one possibility. On Worldline Alpha 1, Moika's men attacked the night the time leap machine was completed. Their timing was perfect. It makes sense if you assume that Tennoji is closely linked to FB. He was right downstairs the whole time. And stuff. We were discussing our plans. FB knew exactly what we were up to. Okay. I saw Orion last night. It was really pretty. I hope you were looking up at the same time, because then it would be like we were close by, even if we were really far away. Stars are romantic if you think like that, aren't they? Yeah, I saw it too. First night in a while I've had time to look at the stars, but I don't think it was Orion. That's a winter constellation. There, that should do it. When we get back to Akiba, Moika and I start walking towards Tennoji's house. But on the way, I get an angry call from Kurisu demanding an update, so I decide to take care of that first. Yeah, maybe the Stardust handshake thing. Yeah, maybe. It looks like a little dude, right? Like with tiny little legs and the little arms, and then there's Orion's belt, which is like the 3 brightest stars of the constellation or something like that, I think.
あんたね、少しは連絡したらどうなの？
ずっと立て込んでいたのだ。
立て込んでたね。
Kurisu glances at Moika.
もしかして心配していたのか？
私じゃないわよ。私は別にあんたがどこで何をしてようが知ったことじゃない。ただ、まゆりはすごく心配してた。見てて、痛々しいぐらい。
Better sad than dead. It's for her we're doing all this.
せめて、あの子にだけは連絡してあげなさいよ。
Now that she mentions it, it feels like I haven't talked to Mayuri in forever.
すべてはマユリを救うため。敵の正体がもうすぐ分かりそうなんだよ。
というか、敵って彼女は敵じゃないの？
敵だが真実を求めるため協調体制をとっている。
マユリを殺す人なんでしょ？
そうだ。
However, Moika is just a pawn, and one that no longer poses a threat. Well, or so we think at least. To save Mayuri, I need to capture the king. Well, the king's cell phone.
まあいい。それで、これからどこか行くんでしょ？
正気か、女子よ。
正気だけど助手じゃないから。
危険かもしれないぞ。
今日の私は死ぬことになってる。
No, I've experienced the future, so I know who dies today.
いや、お前は死なない。
As far as we know, anyway, you don't.
だったら問題なし。世界から死なないことを保証されたようなものだから。
Right, Kurisu doesn't die today, neither does Mairi. The only person who dies today is Kiryu Moika. If we apply the concept of conversions, anyway. Today she kills herself. In a different word line, anyway. I've already told Moika. But in spite of that, Moika doesn't seem upset, at least on the surface. She's expressionless as always. The only difference is that she's not checking her phone as often. But Moika is not a strong woman. Beneath that expressionless mask, is she struggling against the fear of death? I decide to confront Tennoji directly. I have Kurisu stand guard from afar while Moika and I go inside. Not that we're planning to break in, we ring the doorbell like honest citizens. Tennoji soon opens the door and invites us into the living room. Is she just gonna admit to it? The divergence meter is sitting in its usual spot. I glance at the numbers.
よく来てくれたな。
It's just after dawn, much too early for guests, but Tennoji welcomes us with a smile.
ずいぶん早起きなんですね、ミスタ
Mr.
ー・ブラウン。
Brown.
まあな。苗の学校の時間に合わせてるから、基本的に早起きなんだよ。
Yeah, he's a father after
まあ
all.
夏休み中だが、もう習慣になっちまってる。
お嬢さんはまだ寝ているんですか？
うっせえ。苗のこと聞き出してどうするつもりだ。寝込みを襲おうとしたらマジで殺す。
しませんよ。
I'm more interested in his wife. He showed me into his house, but she's nowhere to be found. Is she asleep too, or could she be hiding somewhere? I'd like to do a thorough search of the house, but of course that's impossible. And then there's what he said just now about seeing Naya off to school. That sounded like something a single father would say. I suspected that FB was Tennoji's wife, but that may have been a mistake. I need answers. But how do I get them? Moika is just staring at the floor. And whether or not Tennoji's wife is FB, I don't think this man will fall for any tricks. What? What's that? Yeah, tricks. Okay.
数時間前、この家の前に6人の男が集まり、とあるものを持ってフランスに渡った。
それが
IBN5100。あなたは知っているはずだ。
幻のレトロ PC だろ。
Can't just win against FB. Tennoji seems like a completely different person today. You need something.
あなたは何者だ？
You need Twitter.
運び屋かそれとも
Are you just another courier, or are you a
ラウンダ
rounder?
ーか？
うん。おめえは裏切ったのか？
M4. M4 is Moika's code name, something only FB should know. So it is FB.
もしかして FB。
フェルディナント・ブラウンって知ってるか？
I was gonna say, it's a pretty bad situation that he's in now, because he could very easily already have rounders surrounding the lab so that he can't send a D-mail, or he can't send or he can't time leap either to get out of the situation that he's in now. It's a very dangerous situation to be in, the situation he's in right now. Moika and I look at each other, confused by the sudden change of topic.
おいおい、ブラウン管を発明したノーベル物理学賞の偉人だぞ。
Tennoji has a thing for brown tube, I know that. Remember when he was in the car? Brown? What does that have to do with anything?
フェルディナント・ブラウン
Initials FB. Oh, so that's where what FB stands for. Ferdinand Brown. I would have never guessed. I mean, I know the name of the person, obviously, but I don't know the. I mean, I wouldn't have figured out that this is what this was about.
FB
そういうことだ
And he somehow just knocked out the rounder next to him and ran up to the time leap machine. Ah, yes, that's right, yeah. And there was no one to protect the machine, I guess. Why is that? I wonder. It's as if him getting to the time leap machine is a given. I guess so, yeah. That's a pretty big loophole, though. How would they just leave the machine without any surveillance? If they know about it, they know where it is, and the frigging owner of the shop under the lab knows about it too. And he's the leader of the rounders in that part of the world or whatnot. Then Noji asked if they could talk elsewhere, so we left his house. I imagine he didn't want Nai overhearing him. Meeting up with Kurisio on the way, we follow him. We walk about 15 minutes to a construction site, and as we enter, Tennoji casually produces a handgun. The motion is so smooth and natural that I didn't even recognize it as a gun at first. Its heavy form gives off a chilling black luster. The muzzle is pointed at Moeka. Well, if she's supposed to die because of conversions, then goodbye Moeka, you're dead. What is he thinking putting a gun on us? Moeka and I are unarmed. We didn't plan for this.
一つ
Obviously, you didn't plan for much. Let me ask you one thing.
あなたの奥さんは
苗を産んだ時に死んだそれが
No wonder I've never seen her. She was never there in the first place. Tennoji is FB.
そんな。いやいや。
俺への依存の次は現実逃避か
We're at an overwhelming disadvantage. I was a fool to believe the direct approach would work. Now my recklessness is going to get us killed. No shit. No, not us. If nothing else, I'll be spared. The world doesn't want me dead today. My survival is guaranteed. Well, as long as the attractor field model holds true. However, Moeka has no such protection. She dies today, it doesn't matter how. What am I going to do about it? Nothing. It doesn't matter. My goal is to obtain FB's cell phone and send an email to Moeka. That is the reason I'm here.
あなたがラウンダーの一員だったとはなセルンの犬だったとはな
Hey, he actually said CERN's dog even in Japanese.
犬か間違っちゃいね
Is this who he really is? Was the gruff but good-hearted storekeeper just an act?
よりによってあなたがラウンダーとは橋田鈴はあなたにそんなことをさせるために世話をしてやったんじゃない
なんだよおめえすずさんのこと知ってんのかだったらもっと早く言ってくれよ
Tennoji and I haven't spoken about Suzuha on this world line.
だがなずいぶん分かったようなこと言うじゃねえかすずさんは10年も前に死んだんだその当時岡部は8歳かそこらだろなのにすずさんのことが分かるってのか
わかるさ
My anger and frustration overwhelm me.
俺の主観時間では彼女はほんの数週間前までこの時代にいた。
未来を変えるのは君たちにかかってる。私は荷物をこの秋葉原に絶対持ってくるから。そして君たちに責任を持って託すから。お願い、未来を変えてほしい。
It seems so long ago, but in reality, it's only been a couple days.
あなたのすぐ近くにいたんだよ彼女は。橋田鈴、いや天音鈴葉はセルンと戦うためにこの時代にやってきたタイムトラベラーだ。
日本。
気づかなかったのか FB。 あなたの恩人は2036年からやってきたんだよ。我がラボの一員。誰
That
の
must
娘
come
だ。
as a surprise to the others because they don't know about it on this world line.
なのにその鈴葉に世話になったあなたはセルンの犬か。
Seru no Inuka.
鈴葉が浮かばれないぞ。
でたらめ言ってんじゃねえよ。
No, that's not made up shit.
どうしてこんなことになった。
うるせえな。いろいろあるんだよ。
Complicated. Is that supposed to be an excuse?
本当に FB。
Tennoji sighs and lowers his gun.
ああ、そうだ。
メールは
全部俺が書いた。なぜ女言葉かって？カムフラージュだよ。正体を隠すためのな。ネットでもネカマなんて腐るほどいるだろ。
I guess he's true. I guess he's right.
マジな話、大変だったんだぜ M4。メール送りすぎだタコ。おめえのくだらねえ相談に全列してやったんだ。感謝しろ。
そんな FB は私のお母さんみたいな存在で私は FB のためなら何だって。
そう仕向けたんだよ。おめえみたいなメンヘルは簡単に依存してくれるから操りや
That's
すい。
cold shit, man.
もうやめろ。
なぜ連絡くれなかったの。
連絡？ああ。IBN5100
Yeah,
を手
it
に
was
入れ
as
た時点
simple
で
as that in the end.
おめえはもう用済
It
み
was
だから
nothing
だ。
complicated.
用済み。
That was obvious. I've been telling her this whole time. Moika has been abandoned.
ダイレクトメールでメンバーを募集するのは機密性の保持の観点からするとザルだけどな。それがラウンダーのやり方だ。そして IBN5100 を見つけたメンバーは任務達成となり口封じされる。例外なく全員だ。
Wait, what is he saying? So she never committed suicide in the first place? It was CERN, maybe.
機密を保持しつつ安い金で俺たちみたいなはみ出し者を利用してるわけだ。 あいつらにしてみればラウンダーは全員駒さ。悲しいことにな。任務達成はすなわち処分確定。扱いとしては犬っつうより家畜だな。逆らえば家族が危険にさらされるんだ。大事な娘に手出しさせられねえだろ。
Huh? Huh?
おい、
Wait,
よ
what?
せ。
Now she just killed herself after being abandoned by
鈴さ
FB?
んに
Oh,
は悪い
okay.
と思ってるよ。
Because the way he said it, that made it sound like it was a given thing that all the members get killed in the end after they've achieved their goal. They get eliminated. So I figured, well, maybe that's what happened. But no, yeah, she might still have killed herself anyway. Yeah. Oh. He pulls the trigger. Tennoji's massive body drops to the floor and sprawls out motionless. He's dead. Oh, well, okay. That came out of nowhere. It's over, and I still don't understand what happened. Would he have killed himself even if we hadn't confronted him? Was his death too the will of fate? Tennoji had completed his mission, but he chose to eliminate himself rather than face certain assassins. I bite down hard on my lip. He meant to protect her with a sacrifice, but what is Nae supposed to do now? All rounders are expendable, he said. Does that mean FB was just another pawn? Most likely. Is that how CERN operates? That's insanity. They only care about the Committee of 300, you know that. This can't be real. Is Nae still asleep? Blissfully unaware of her father's suicide? How do I explain this to her? Should I run? Again, strictly speaking, my purpose is to obtain FB's phone. Once I send the D-mail and change the world line, all of this will be undone. Does he have his phone with him? I don't need to burden myself with unpleasant responsibilities. I could run away, escape like a coward, and no one would ever know. I need Tennoji's phone. I find Tennoji's phone in his jacket pocket. I'd spent the entire stakeout wondering how I'd get it from him. I was ready to kill him for it if I had to. And you didn't have to in the end, but to think that he would kill himself. It must have been quite a shock to hear Tennoji's, FB's, confession. FB told her that she was useless. This is different from the anime, this specific scene. It's possible that I'm not on the path to the best ending though, so that might be why.
No.
It's like how in the anime Kurisu gets shot before the first time leap, doesn't really matter. This may just be wishful thinking. We'll never know FB's true intentions. But I want to believe that Tennoji did care for her, that there was a place for Moeka somewhere.
Okabe, 今すぐ D メールを送るべきよ。今を逃すと、いろいろ面倒なことに巻き込まれるかもしれないから。あんたの目的は、マユリを救うことであって、セルンへの復讐じゃないでしょ。私たちが作ったタイムリープマシンのせいで犠牲が出るのは、気持ちのいいことじゃない。
Yes, I'm gonna watch the rest of the anime. Yeah, I did start watching it up to a certain point, but I did realize that some of the things I was seeing in the anime were something to do with the good ending, and since I didn't get those scenes in my playthrough up to this point, I was like, oh, this is something that I shouldn't be seeing yet, otherwise I'm gonna get spoiled. So I stopped watching for the time being anyway. I watched like the first 10 episodes or so, and there was already a scene that I hadn't seen in the game, and upon trying to know a bit more about that, it was indeed something to do with some choices that I didn't take when I entered the D-mails. The regular mails, sorry. So, yeah, I figured, well, okay, I'm not gonna watch that now because I want to keep that for, like, the very end. I want to do all the other endings first and then go for the true ending last. Since I'm already not on the right path to get it, apparently anyway, from what I've seen. It's okay, no, don't worry about it. I should send the email and change the word line as soon as I can. Yeah, okay, see you in a moment then. Yeah, no problem, no problem. You go. No worries. When I do, the present will be reconstructed.
ダルはもうラボに来ていると思うか？
電話してみる。
I'll send the same message I tried to send earlier from Moika's phone.
あと5分くらいでラボに着く。
Stop search, PC unneeded, stand
こん
by.
にちは。
An innocent greeting. Uh-oh. No. A child's voice familiar. What is she doing here? How did she get here? Why did she come here? Huh? Huh? An innocent laugh. Hands dyed with blood. A cleaver in her hand. Huh?
でしょ。嘘じゃない。
She looks straight at me, her eyes burning with intense hatred.
私は許さない。
The venom in her voice chills me to the bone.
父さんを死に追いやったお前たちを
Huh?
絶対に許さないから。私がこの手で殺してやるまで許さ
I'm
な
in
いから。
shock. I can't move.
岡部倫太郎、お前は15年後に殺す。それまで怯えて待ってなさい。
And she just leaves? Nae tosses the knife away and leaves, laughing all the while. Did she kill Mayuri on purpose that one time when she pushed her on the tracks of the train? If she's actually like that in her head? This is really creepy.
今のはなんだ？
Akuma. Akuma ka?
何かが取り付いていたのか？いや、それよりも萌香が。
Moika's clothes are soaked in red. It's blood. Moika has been stabbed.
萌香。
She's my enemy. And yet...
しっかりしろ。おい。
She killed Mayuri.
聞こえるか？萌香。
I can't understand her. I can't forgive her.
私はあなたの大切な人を殺したから。
Yes, you did, countless times. Not on this world line, but on others. Mm. The will of fate.
ごめんなさい。ごめんなさい。私にとっては FB しかいなくて。
Yeah, those lines of dialogue are really drawn out.
居場所そこだけ守るためなら殺す恨まれて当然ごめん
許すよ
The words come to my lips unbidden.
許す
Perhaps the words are meaningless. Even if I forgive Moika, Nae will never stop hating us. Nevertheless, though it may only provide a shred of comfort,
お前を許す
she is no longer breathing.
岡部 D メールを送るべきだと思う。もう準備はでき
Are you sure of that? The girl could have turned off the TV if she's in the know. But Mayuri's fate cannot be avoided. The universe still demands her death.
なあクリスティーナ D メールを送ってダイバージェンスが変わったら萌香もそこで
あんたが言っていたアトラクタフィールド理論で考えるならダイバージェンスが 1% 以上なら生きている確率は高くなる。ごめん、こんな思いやりもクソもない言い方しかできなくて。
いやいいんだ
Ah, here we are again. Okay. I'm gonna save it here. Okay. Alright then, let's try to not send it this time. Causality is a strange and terrifying thing. What kind of ending could that be if I don't send it then? Moika, if you're going to apologize for a sin you didn't commit, then I must apologize as well. I am responsible for twisting your fate. And for twisting the fate of Tennoji Nae. I ruined that innocent girl's life. I made her something other than what she was meant to be. Is it okay to just leave her like this? Of course, if I send that email now, this world line will be undone. Stop search. PC unneeded. Stand by. I should just think about Mayuri. I shouldn't burden myself with any more problems. Is this really okay? Why won't my fingers move? I already know what I need to do. I put FB's phone in my pocket.
見なかったことにはできない
Nae's crime is partly my responsibility, and I need to know what she meant when she promised to kill me 15 years from now.
タイムリープするラボに戻ろう
Kurisu sighs, but I pretend not to hear it.
Toyuka, 敵って彼女は敵じゃないの？
今は朝の7時前だな
は？そうだけど何よいきなり
After time leaping 2 hours back, I find myself in front of the station. After this comes the Tennoji residence. There is one other thing experience has taught me. Today Moika and Tennoji will die, and there's nothing we can do to stop it. I don't have the means to, and it isn't my problem. The problem is Nae. We arrive in front of Tennoji's house just like we did before I time leaped. I trace the same conversations, the same actions as last time, and I wait. And then the same thing happens. Tennoji shoots himself in the head. The sudden violence shocks Moika and Kurisu, but I'm already inured to it. I've seen it all before. Sorry, Tennoji, but I don't feel anything at this point. I can't. I immediately look around. There she is. Nae is spying on us from afar. Her eyes blaze with a hatred beyond their ears. As our eyes meet, Naya turns and runs away.
待て
Naya is still running, ignoring my calls to stop. After telling Moika to stay put and Kurisu to look for Tennoji's phone, I chase after Naya. She's just a child. I close in on her quickly. Naya, occasionally looking back at me and grinding her teeth, eventually runs into a fenced-off construction site.
止まれ
Unexpectedly, Naya slows down and eventually stops to catch her breath. From the sound of her breathing, she must be at her limit.
お前は本当に天王寺苗か
She is the other time leaper, I bet. She has her memories from when she was an adult. And she knows something, and then she has the mentality of an adult right now. We know that someone else has been time leaping, but we couldn't figure out who.
そうよ。
父親の復讐か
お前と桐生萌香は父さんを殺した。
店長は自殺したんだ自分で頭を打ち抜いたそれに俺たちが行かなくてもあの男は自殺していただろう逆恨みだ
そんなの知ったことじゃない。
What?
父さんが死んだ時、桐生萌香はその場にいた。でも父さんが死ぬのを止めなかった。だから許さない。お前もだ、岡部倫太郎。お前に関わらなければ父さんは死ななくて済んだ。
Wait, is she blaming me for finding the IBN 5100? How the hell was I supposed to know?
だがお前はすぐには殺さない。殺せないからな。お前を殺すのは15年後。それまでせいぜい怯え続けるんだ。
お前は誰なんだ
She is Tennoji Nae from sometime in the future, I guess. Maybe 15 years. She'd have the memories of an adult. She isn't Tennoji Nae. Who else could she be?
15年後に殺すってどういう意味なんだ
そのままの意味だよ。お前は15年後に私が殺した。
She's a time leaper. Killed. Why is she using past tense? Did she? There you go.
タイムリープ
Nae suddenly whips out a knife. Caught completely off guard, I collapse onto the floor. For a moment, I panic, but somehow I manage to convince myself that I'm fine. I won't die here, I tell myself. This world line won't accept that. It's just like Naya said herself. It's not that she won't kill me, she can't. If she tried, something would surely interfere.
お前を殺した時のこと教えてあげよっか。なんかレジスタンスの創始者とか言ってセルンに歯向かってたみたいだけど、私が拉致して監禁してやって考えつく限りのありとあらゆる拷問を加えてやったよ。お前は痛みに泣きわめきクソとしょんべんをまき散らしながら私に命乞いを
That
した。
doesn't sound very pleasant.
実に醜かったよ、岡部倫太郎。しょうがないから最後に私自身の手で喉をかき切ってやった後、気が済むまでめった刺しにしたのよ。一体な、それが15年後のお前が迎える最後だ。父さんを殺したお前を待っている運命だ。
Wait, what? My nerves burst into flame, not just in my arm, but throughout my entire body. What, she cut his arm? The pain forces the air out of my lungs in a blood-curdling program. What, in the blood what? Program? In the blood-curdling scream. Okay, why did I read that the way I did? I can't shake off Naya's hands.
セルンはお前の作ったタイムリープマシンを一切手をつけずに保管したままだったんだ。 私はそれに目をつけたの。15年後ラウンダーになった私はお前を殺してからそれを使ってここまで戻ってきた。一度にたった48時間しか遡れない欠陥品だから随分苦労したけど。
To travel 15 years in 48-hour increments would take.
単純計算で
Yeah, that would twist her mind the way that it did for him.
他にもいろいろあったせいで実際の回数はきっと倍以上だけどな。自分が何回タイムリープしたかなんてとっくに忘れたよ。
I knew it. When I came to this world line, I went back to the lab after learning of Moika's suicide. And once I got there, I found evidence someone had used a time leap machine. So that was Nai's final time leap.
私はこの復讐のためだけに生きてきた。誰にも邪魔はさせない。絶対に桐生萌香も殺してやる。自殺なんてさせるもんか。そんな生ぬるい死に方で逃がしたりはしない。
たったそれだけのために15年もの歳月を遡ってきたのかよ。
She's insane.
たったそれだけだと。お前たちにとってはたったそれだけかもしれないが、私にとってはお前と桐生萌香を殺すことだけが。
それで萌香を殺してその後はどうする。
その後
遡ってきた15年をもう一度やり直すのか。
そんなものに何の価値がある。価値なんてないんだ。お前は今は何もしなくていい。ただ怯え後悔し続けろ岡部倫太郎。15年後に私が迎えに行く時まで。
That girl's disconnected from causality just like I am. And after time leaping thousands of times, she exacted that revenge. How will she live those 15 years the second time around? Killing people, maybe. Thought squeezes my heart like a vice. Does time travel bring nothing but pain?
あんたその傷どうしたの？大丈夫？
You must be bleeding.
携帯は
持ってきたけど。ねえ、説明してよ。その傷はどうしたの？救急車呼んだ方がいい？
落ち着け。今から。
Oh, so he sends it in the end? He does so anyway. Oh, okay.
世界線が変わればこの傷もなくなるのかな。
Who cares about my wound? More importantly, by changing the world line FB's, Tennoji's death, the damage to Nai's soul, and Moika's imminent murder will all be undone.
俺は思うんだ。やっぱり店長は萌香を助けたかったんだよ。
Oh, okay. Yeah, so apparently, I'm not spoiling myself what's gonna come next, but they say here, if you sent it or not, you get the same ending because he sends it anyway, no matter what you choose earlier. But if you don't send it, you get those few extra scenes that you wouldn't get otherwise. Okay, well, if this is how it is, let's save here, I suppose, and let's keep going then.
ベータ世界線ではそうなるといいな。
They are the enemy. I should hate them for killing Mairi. But in some sense, Tennoji, Moika, and Nae are all just victims of my foolish experiments. I pray that they can live normal lives, at least on the beta world line. For their sake as well as Mayuri's, I must send this email.
悪いな。ない。
Once this email is sent, this world line will be undone.
お前の復讐は果たされない。
She won't need a revenge. The world shatters, warps, and reforms. We didn't see the number. Whether it was 1% or not. I can't let you have your... I head straight for Moika's apartment.
岡部君、ここどうやって調べ。
少し時間を潰させてもらうぞ。
Moika's right in front of me, but she sends me mail. I don't need an IBN 5100 anymore, Moika. It feels like forever since we last conversed like this.
必要ないとは。
My supervisor told me to stop looking.
FB からストップが。
So FB is still alive. For now, however, I'm more interested in what Moika just said. FB cancelled their mission to retrieve the IBN 5100?
任務達成はすなわち処分確定。扱いとしては犬っつうより家畜だな。
I recall his last words. Perhaps he cancelled their mission so that they wouldn't be eliminated. If that's the truth, then maybe he really was trying to save Moika.
ただ怯え、後悔し続けろ、岡部倫太郎。15年後に私が迎えに行く時まで。
I can't get that childish yet hate-filled voice out of my head. On that world line, I turned an innocent girl into a murderer. I won't fear you, Nae, nor will I repent. That world line has already been undone. But how will things turn out on this new world line? No, there's no point thinking about it. If the plan worked, the IBN 5100 should already be back in my possession, and if that's the case, then there's no need to stay on this world line either. On the way back to the lab, I stopped right by the Brown Tube workshop and peek in through the window. The 42-inch CRT is powered on, and Tennoji FB is lounging in front of it, reading the sports pages. FB is still... He's not even reading anything, he's eating in front of the TV, reading. FB is still alive. His daughter Naya has no reason to hate anyone now. I climb the stairs to the lab. Mayuri. It's from Mayuri. Okanin's been acting strange lately, so maybe she didn't go to Komima today. Are you at the lab? Maybe I'll go there now. I haven't seen you in a couple of days, you know. We usually see each other every day, so it's really lonely. I know it's only been 4 days at most, but I'm used to being with you all the time. I'm your hostage, remember? Don't let go. Aww. That's cute. And there it is! At last! Atta! I was right. The long battle is finally over.
スーパーハカスーパーハカカモン。
橋田ならいないわよ。コミマに行くって言ってたじゃない。
In that case, he won't return until evening. Don't tell me he dies on this one. I can't wait that long, so I fire up the time machine and leap.
Daru! クリスティーナこれよりオペレーションベルダンディ最終フェーズを開始する。ダル IBN5100 だ。
だから
ではない。IBN
He doesn't know what you've been through to get it back.
そりゃあるっしょ。オカリンが持ってきたんじゃん。
そう、俺が持ってきた。柳林神社からな。
オカリン、今日はやけに
It didn't happen in the same way this time?
ダル、 一つ聞くが IBN5100 の使い方について勉強はしたか？
あ、まあ一応。コミマ前のクソ忙しい時期に僕って偉すぎじゃね？イギリスだったらナイトの称号もらえるレベル。
ならば今日からお前のことをサースーパーハッカーと呼ぼう。
さあ、スーパーハッカ
だが断る。
くだらない会話は自重しろ。頭が痛くなる。
ー。If Daru knows how to use the IBN 5100, then we can hack CERN right now.
全ラボ面に告げる。
Mayuri is not here, but that's actually more convenient.
長き戦いにいよいよ決着をつける時が来た。すなわちラグナロックが開始されるのだ。本作戦の概要はすなわちセルン本部の最新部に隠された極秘データを IBN5100 によるクラッキングで破壊することである。エシュロンなる卑劣な電子機器により奴らは我らの極秘情報をかすめ取った。天津さえそれをもとに我らを特定し、我らが開発した人類の夢タイムマシンの強奪をも目論んだ。研究
They think it's all bullshit, as usual, but it's not actually for once.
非道なるゼリーマン実験を行う奴らに今こそ正義の鉄槌を下そうではないか。
It's not Chunibyo this
そ
time.
して真の時空の支配者がどちらなのか、奴らの目にしかと刻みつけてやれ。戦いが終わった時、世界を陰で牛耳る支配構造はついに崩壊し再構成されるだろう。そう、我らが望んだ混沌がついに訪れるのだ。
まあ、うるさい。一体何なの？
オカリンの心の闇は誰にもわからんでござる。
そもそも設定じゃ岡部は狂気のマッドサイエンティストじゃなかった？なのになんで正義の鉄槌とか言っちゃってるんだ。
ついカッとなってやったんじゃね？今は反省してるかも。
お前たちごちゃごちゃ言っていないで準備しろ。
準備って何ぞ？
だから今言っただろう。セルンへのクラッキングだ。
To be sure
クラッキングは良くないと
to be
思
sure
う。
that they're on the right timeline, he's gonna have to go to Tennoji's place to retrieve the what's it called again? The divergence meter?
なんという優等生的発言。お前は委員長か。
捕まりたいの？
そういう問題ではない。俺はこのターニングポイントへ到達するためにこれまで戦ってきた。
That might have been month for him by this
アルファ
point.
世界線を離脱しマユリを救う。邪魔をするというなら誰だろうと許さん。絶対にだ。
岡部、
必死すぎ。
To them, only half an hour has passed since the time leap machine was built. But to me, many days have passed since this ordeal began.
頼む。俺の願いを聞いてくれ。
How long has it been since he slept, by the way? Or else Mayuri will die, and in 26 years the world will be dominated by Cerns. His sacrifice will have been for nothing.
別にあんたのためにクラッキングするんじゃないんだからね。
これはひどい。
Sir Super Hakat, the diversion, is here to save the day. I couldn't have asked for a better right-hand man.
つまり全ての元凶は俺が最初にダルに宛てて送ったメールにある。それがセルンのエシュロンに捕らえられてしまったせいでラウンダーに目をつけられた。結果マユリは殺され、俺たち3人はセルンに拉致され、タイムリープマシンは強奪される。どれだけ回避しようとしてもダメだった。世界はアトラクタフィールド理論により同じ結末へと収束してしまう。
それもし全部妄想だったらオカリンはラノベ作家になれると思う
Illustrated novels targeted primarily at teenage and young adult males. Cover artwork often depicts cute girls. Although light novels can deal with just about any subject matter, recent years have seen a trend towards stories about teenage boys meeting cute girls and winding up in extraordinary situations. Right. Okay.
事実だ。すべてな。マユリの死を避けるためには。
And to free Suzuha's future from CERN.
アルファ世界線から脱出するしかない。これまでに歪ませた事情をすべて取り消すことで、それは可能になると俺は考えている。つまり目指すべきは、俺がダルに最初の D メールを送る前のベータ世界線。そこへ到達するため、エシュロンに捉えられた最初のメールデータをセルンのデータベースから削除しなくてはならないのだ。
If I delete all of my mail data from CERN's computer now, I should be able to achieve that goal.
面白いわね。
マキセ氏は信じるん？
仮説としてはね。できれば客観的データが欲しいところだけど、それはさすがに無理だし。
安心しろ。お前が改良を施したタイムリープマシンの出来はガチだった。
当然でしょ。
She doesn't deny it, that's just like Kurisu.
それに IBN5100 でのハッキングはもともと予定してたことだし、とにかくアクセスしてみて、もしそこにメールデータが存在していたなら、岡部の言葉は事実だと証明される。
Well, we've always assumed up to this point that it was true,
考
so...
えるな、感じるんだということですね。わかります。
いや、逆にわかんないけど。
考えるよりやってみろということだ。
つなぎ終わったお。ちょっと設定いじらないとダメだけど、10分しないうちに始められる。
よし。
それにしても元凶となった最初のメールね。それってあれでしょ？私が死んでたとかなんとか。
そうだ。ラジカンでお前が殺されているのを目撃した俺はダルにそれを伝えるメールを送った。ダルはたまたま電話レンジカッコ仮の実験中で放電現象が起きて。
Something is telling me to stop. Fear rises in my chest, a sudden terrible certainty that I am missing something vital. The very first email started it all. Return to the world line that existed before I sent the first email. And she'll be dead. I thought about that a while ago, but I was wondering if that was going to be brought up at some point. I was right, I had missed something vital, something dire. But he's not erasing the fact that he sent it here, he's only erasing it from the database. Isn't that enough? The world line I set my sights on to save Mayuri. The world line upon which she has staked her hope for the future. On that world line, Mayuri lives. On that world line, CERN fails. And on that word line, Makise Kurisu dies. Uh-oh. Well, there is another ending, not the one that I'm like set to get now, so well, we'll see how it goes. Okay. There was no doubt in my mind. This would solve everything. It was our one true answer. I thought that I had found a solution, that everything would be alright. Instead, I am left with a terrible choice. Kurisu. Or Mayuri. One of them must die. I came here because I wanted to be alone. The day before yesterday, I abruptly cancelled the attempt to hack CERN. What do? Let's say we go through with the plan and delete the first email I sent, the one about Kurisu's death from CERN's database. That would return us to the beta word line. No, it wouldn't! Because the mail was still sent. It doesn't make any sense. It's not like it was never sent if it's deleted from their database. It only means that they never knew about it. Doesn't make any sense. According to my predictions, our friend, lab member number 4, Makise Kurisu, would disappear. Kurisu is not supposed to exist on August 15th. And so I am left with 2 options. Option 1, hack CERN with the IBN 5100 and erase the first email I sent, thus returning to the beta word line. Kurisu will disappear, but Mayuri will live. CERN will never build a time machine and the future will be free. Option 2, don't hack CERN, keep living here on the Alpha word line. Mayuri will die. CERN will gain control of space-time and the future will be a dystopia where no one is free. And I'm supposed to choose.
どちらか選べ。だと。
How am I, of all people, supposed to make that choice?
こんなの。
Well, there's the lives of many more people at stake. If only Kurisu, if Kurisu doesn't die, I mean. If she lives, many people will die, not just Mayuri. So it's like it's not even a choice, if anything. Why is it that she died though in that other word line? I wonder about that. But anyway, I don't really care about the future, whether it's free or ruled by CERN. I know I should care. Suzuha entrusted her wish to me. Doesn't that make it my responsibility? But still, it doesn't seem quite real. 20 years is a long time. Right now, only Mayuri and Kurisu matter. But I must choose whom to save. I've spent 2 long weeks with Kurisu. She's one of us now, an integral part of the lab. And as I leapt through time and again and again, she was the person I relied on the most. Always calm, always thoughtful, always ready with a new hypothesis, always there to give me a push when I needed it most. I wouldn't even have the time leap machine if not for Kurisu. It's thanks to her that I made it this far. After all she's done for me, there's no way I can abandon her now. But nor can I let Mayuri die. Everything I've done, I did to save her. I would give anything, even my own life, to see her safe. I want to save Mayuri more than anything else. I will not let Mayuri die.
結局どっちも選べない。選べるわけがない。
But I'm still really annoyed by this because we didn't really see her dead, I suppose. She was in the pool of blood, but what if we didn't see her being hurt or wounded in any way? So what if she was simply lying in a pool of blood that wasn't hers or something? But anyway, kill Kurisu or kill Mayuri. That is what this choice comes down to.
こんな結末なのかよ。鈴葉やフェイリスやルカ子や萌えか、みんなの思いを犠牲にしてまでたどり着いたのがこんな結末なのかよ。
Is there no other option? No loophole that would allow me to save them both? What if I use Suzuha's time machine? I could return to the beta world line, then use her time machine to travel to July 28th. No, that won't work. The reason Suzaha leapt to 2010 was to prevent CERN from creating a dystopia that only occurs on this world line. If I escaped the Alpha world line, the future Suzaha hoped for would become a reality and she would have no reason to leap back to 2010. On the Beta world line, Suzaha's time machine won't exist, so I won't be able to use it. Yes, it exists, remember? It was on the roof. Well, okay, we'll see. Alright then, what if I sent Kurisu a warning via email? I could warn her not to attend Dr. Nakabachi's presentation. No, that won't work either. The attractor field model still holds. Remember, causality converges.
ダメだ。俺は助けられない。
I'm powerless against the will of fate. What should I do? Maybe Mayuri doesn't die on the current world line. I cancelled Moika's email. Plus, I haven't had an opportunity to check the divergence meter since. If the pattern continues, Mayuri's death has been pushed back to the night of the 17th. If Mayuri doesn't die between 6:30 and 7 p.m. that night, then I won't have to face this horrible decision. I know it's unlikely, I understand that from all my experiences so far, but still. Komima runs for 3 straight days, from the 15th to the 17th. It's the final day. All I'm really doing is holding Mayuri's bags. Komima is not really my thing and the crowd is ridiculous, so I wait off to the side. From time to time Mayuri appears with new bags for me to guard, and usually a snack for us to share, but most of the day I spend alone. To some extent, I'm here to escape reality, to empty my mind and forget my fears. But even when I close my eyes, I can still hear the footsteps of death approaching. Even JR, they couldn't spell it normally. JB. Japan Baleways.
まっすぐ家に帰るか。
Or bail. What are you gonna do now? Head straight home?
ラボに行こうと思ってたんだよ。
何か用事が？
特にないけどね。オカリンと一緒に久々にのんびりしたいなって。ちょっとお腹が空いたからね。途中でジューシー唐揚げナンバー1を買うの。
じゃあ帰るか。
ねえねえオカリン、今日はね、どうしてマユシーについてきてくれたの？これまでは一度もコミマに一緒に行ったことないよね。オカリンは萌えには興味ないもんね。
ロボットアニメには興味はある。
But not so much that I'd line up early in the morning for Komima each year like Daru and Mayuri do.
で、どうして今日は付き合ってくれたの？
What's with her all of a sudden?
それは
To confirm your death. Those words pop into my head, but I quickly shake them away. Why am I so set on Mayuri dying? I want her to live, remember?
それは？
気まぐれだ。
そっか。
Suddenly, silence. What else can I say? How do you tell someone they're going to die?
ルカ子がコスプレして恥ずかしがっているところを見て笑ってやろうと思ったのだが、来ていなくて残念だった。
ルカ君、絶対大人気になっちゃうのにね。いろ ろんなブログに画像アップされまくってね、新聞社のニュースサイトにも載って海外にも紹介されちゃったりするよ。そしたらルカ君はワールドワイドなスーパースターなので、マユシーはそれを見て遠いところに行っちゃったなーって思いを馳せるのです。
When you see a scene like this, you can't imagine that she might be able to, might be just about to die. Don't want to think about it.
今日はね、ありがとう。
なんだ突然。
だってね、さっきも言ったけど、オカリンと一緒にコミマ来たの初めてだもん。マユシーは結構嬉しかったよ。あ、でもね、
I'm thirsty.
次はオカリンもコスプレしてくれるともっと嬉
Yeah,
しいかも。
him cosplaying.
ああ、考えておく。
That's right, that's right. Don't think negative thoughts. Think about a fun, bright future.
いいの？本当に？
マユリ自身もコスプレして参加するならな。それだけじゃなく、ルカことそれとクリスティーナも呼ぼう。二人にコスプレさせるよう説得しろ。そこまでできたなら真打ちとしてこの俺が狂気のマッドサイエンティスト王院京馬としてコミマに降臨しようではないか。
With my August presence. All of us laughing and smiling together. Just imagine the future like that.
そっか、道は険しいね。でもね、今ちょっと想像してみたらとっても楽しそう。それにクリスちゃんはコスプレに興味津々みたいだったし、脈あるかも。マユシー、頑張ってみるね。
We arrive at the lab. I've got a bad feeling about this. Is Moika going to ambush us? On the previous world line, I forgave Moika and Tennoji. But that has already been undone. This is a new world line. The Rounders are still alive and they're still after the Time Leap machine.
マユリ、ここでちょっと待ってろ。
I walk down the streets towards Kuramaiba Shidori. I'm careful not to take my eyes off of Mayuri. I surveyed the surroundings, searching for any signs of enemy presence. What's that? What's that? What's that? What's that? What do I do? What do I do? Will I die in Mayuri's place? If that will save her, if that will end this, then maybe it's for the best. No, I don't want to die yet. Two contradictory emotions collide in my mind. My body doesn't know which way to turn. Would I be the one to die? No! Something slams into my back. She saved me. And there, lying in the center of the road, is Mayuri. Too late. Did she protect me? But that's not what I wanted.
オカリン。
マユリ、
俺のせいだ。
ごめん。俺のせいで。
やっとマユシーは。
Her hand wanders as if seeking something.
役に立てたよ。
何よ。
But this time it's too much. This time it's all my fault.
ここからじゃあんまり星が見えないな。こんなの
Yeah, again, why did she have to die like this? What possible meaning could this death have? Mayuri's death can't be avoided.
やっと役に立てたって一体どういう意味なんだよなあ
The sky is blue. I'm on the roof of the lab after going back 54 hours with 2 time leaps. I wanted more time to think, that's why I came back. But how? This equation has no solution. No matter what choice I make, someone dies. Suzuha told me that 2010 is a point of great divergence at the attractor field level. I think that divergence has already commenced by the time I sent the D-mail reporting Kurisu's death. So when did divergence begin? Now that I think about it, reading Steiner activated that day when I sent the email that started it all. At that moment, every pedestrian and vehicle on the main street of Akiba suddenly vanished. Well, when you undid that thing, well, on the previous timeline, John Titor visited 2000, not 2010. Warning of World War III, etc., but nothing about CERN. But because there was that divergence, I guess. I mean, if you go back to Worldline Beta or whatever, World War III happens, and a lot of other bad stuff is gonna happen. John Titor's visit to 2000 is gonna be back, and everything that goes along with it. So, well, unless that John Titor was a liar, because that person said that the time machine was on the back of a Chevy or something. I know that the real, like, John Titor, I mean the real one, the one that pretended to be it in our world, in reality, well, like was a fraud or something like that, that pretended to be that way. So yeah, I guess that was a fake one in that sense. But anyway, at that moment, every pedestrian and vehicle on the main street of Akiba suddenly vanished. That was the moment I moved to the Alpha word line. The real problem is the timing of the D-mail. I moved to the Alpha word line after Kurisu died. If I had sent the D-mail before she died, then I might have been able to intervene even now on this word line. Who killed her anyway? I still don't know. What if I identify the murderer and send them a D-mail warning them off? The more I think about it, the more futile it seems. When fate wants someone dead, nothing can stop it. Is there really no way to save Kurisu?
いたいた。こんなところで何してる？
いやよくここが分かったな。
一人になりたいって言ってたから、確率的に見てここに一番いそうっていう回を
You ran the numbers?
だったら一人にさせてくれ。わざわざ探さなくていい。俺は迷子の子供じゃない。
何よ、せっかく人が心配して探しに来たのに。いや、心配はしてないけど、私だってあんたのことなんて放っておこうかと思った。ただ一昨日の岡部なんか変だったから。まあいつも変なんだけどいつも以上にって意味で。
Yeah, more than usual.
くっそまずいオートミール食べてる時みたいなしょげっぷりじゃない？何があった？
何も。
だったらなんでセルンへのクラッキングをやめたの？
お前だってクラッキングは良くないと言っていただろう。
大イーホフラグが立ってビビったんですね。わかります。
せめて順法精神に目覚めたと言ってくれ。
全然らしくないな。
Yeah, that's not like you at all.
いつもの独善的な態度はどこ行ったのよ。 狂気のマッドサイエンティスト法王院京馬のくせに。
独占的でなんかいられるか。今回ばかりは独占的じゃいられないんだ。
I have forced my ego on others before. Suzuha, Feris, Lukako, I sacrificed their dreams for the sake of my goal. I justified it by telling myself that it was necessary to save Mayuri. I weighed their suffering against the alternative and made my self-righteous choice. But this time, the alternatives are impossible to compare.
仲間のどちらを見殺しにするかって決断を前にして独善的でいられたら、むしろどれだけ楽だっただろうな。
どちらかを見殺しってどういう意味？
なあ、クリスティーナ。俺は所詮ただの学生なんだよ。狂気のマッドサイエンティスト、法王院京馬。そんなの全部妄想だ。設定だ。気づかなかっただろ。
いや、初対面時点でなんとなく気づいてました。
Yeah.
初対面か。
What if I hadn't found Kurisu's body back then? The choice would be easy then. If I hadn't seen Kurisu dead, I wouldn't have interrogated her before the seminar at ATF. Without hearing me call her a zombie, she wouldn't have taken an interest in me. She wouldn't have come to the lab. Ultimately, we would never have built a time leap machine, leaving me without the means to save Mayuri. We would not be as close as we are right now.
答えて岡部。どういう意味なの？
どうしても言わないとダメか。
散々相談に乗ってやったでしょ。今さら遠慮するな。
だったら覚悟してくれ。これから話すのは相談じゃない、事実だ。お前にとっては死亡宣告になる。
え？
俺は説明したよな。セルにクラッキングをすることでマユリが死ぬことはないベータ世界線へたどり着けると。
2036年のセルンのディストピアもなくなる。自由な未来が待ってるバラ色の世界線。
Maybe it is because she's dead that that CERN can't take over the world. If they needed her to achieve their goal.
元凶となった最初の D メール。ベータ世界線ではそのメールの内容が実際に起きた。
Kurisu is a genius. I have no doubt that she understands. There's a reason I thought she was dead.
ベータ世界線ではお前は7月28日に死んでいるんだ、クリス。
Or so we think, anyway.
そしてそれはアトラクターフィールド理論による収束のせいでどうしても回避できない。マユリを救おうとするなら俺はお前を見殺しにしないといけないんだ。
Kurisu says nothing. She's staring out across the cityscape. Her eyes look distant. I see neither fear nor sadness in her face. She seems accepting.
ねえ、岡部。アトラクターフィールドってどこまで信憑性があると思う？
Well, he's seen it in action quite a few times, so
あれって全部ジョン・タイター、アマネさんの受け売りでしょ。2036年時点ではスタンダードらしいけど、 その時代の研究者たちは一体どうやってそれが正しいって証明したの？
理論が間違っていると言いたいのか。だが確かに収束は存在する。俺はそれを身をもって体験した。
収束は正しいとしても、無限個に枝分かれした世界線が重ね合わせ状態になっているっていうのは？
俺が世界線を移動すると世界は再構成される。過去から未来までだ。
それって岡部の主観での話でしょ？あんたの脳が認識してる私はベータ世界線に行くと死んでるのよね。それはつまり私が死んでいる世界線と私が死んでいない世界線のうち、あんたの主観が前者を選んだってことになるわけだけど、あんたの脳が認識する世界と私の脳が認識する世界は別物かもしれないっていう可能性はないのかな？
Different worlds for each brain, huh? I forgot your specialty was neuroscience.
別物って世界が分裂するということか？
分裂というか電車みたいなものなのかも。
電車？
わかりやすい例を挙げると路線図で調べてみたけど、秋葉原から横浜に行くのにどの路線を選ぶか。
The Yamanote line? I don't know.
あんたは山手
I was
線
right.
で東京駅まで出て
Ah, yeah, no, it's
そこから
okay.
東海道
It's
本
not
線に乗る
quite
のを選んだ。
as simple. I know the Yamanote line passes through Akihabara, but I don't know much more than that, having never been to Tokyo.
でも私は山手線で大崎まで行った後、湘南新宿ラインに乗った。もしかしたら別の人、橋田なんかはそもそもいきなり秋葉原から京浜東北線に乗っちゃうかもしれない。真由里なら東京から新幹線に乗るかも。岡部と私は東京駅までは同じ電車に乗ってるけど、そこからは違う線に乗って同じ目的地を目指している。
それを世界に当てはめるとパラレルワールドを主張するのか？
たまには私も妄想ぐらいする。でも世界が一つだと誰が証明した？
鈴葉の言葉と俺のリーディングシュタイナーが。
Stupid
正体
name.
不明のタイムトラベラーと原因不明の特殊能力ね。
鈴葉は正体不明では？
彼女が橋田の娘かどうかは誰にも証明できない。2036年から来たかも、ディストピアのことも証明できない。実際に2036年にならないとね。そもそももしリーディングシュタイナーが正しいなら、あらゆる人間の記憶があんたの主観に引きずられてることになる。そんなの無理がありすぎる。もしそうだったら岡部は文字通り神よ。でも現実には神なんていない。世界はあんたを中心に回っているわけじゃない。あんたの脳がそう錯覚させているだけ。世界にとってあんたが神だというなら、同体積の脳を持つ私も世界にとって神になれるわけで。
何が言いたいんだ？
仮に岡部の主観が私が死ぬ世界線を選んだとして、私の主観も同じように私が死ぬ世界線を選ぶとは限らない。それは私の主観がここに存在していることからもわかる。すでにこの世界線は私が死なない世界線なわけだから。あんたの主観がベータ世界線に行ってしまっても、私の主観はここに留まることだってできるのかもしれない。精神はどこにあるかって話。そして私は私の精神をあんたの好きにさせたくない。
科学者とは思えないほどのファンタジーな理論だ。
でも可能性はゼロじゃない。だからあんたは何も心配する必要はない。私を見殺しにできないって言って悩んでるのよね。でも今の私の仮説で言えば、私は別の可能性世界線で生き続けていける。だからそもそも岡部は悩む必要なんてない。
仮説は仮説だ。
アトラクタフィールド理論だって仮説。まだ誰にも何も証明されてないから。2036年時点では証明されていたとしても、その証明を今の私たちは確認できないから。そう考えれば未来の可能性は無限よ。
It's an armchair theory. How can Chris stay so calm?
ちなみに心配なんかしてくれなくてもいいから。岡部にそんなことされたら結構プライド傷つく。
そんな言い方。
電話鳴ってるけど。
マユリ。
ああ、参りからだ。
出てあげなさいよ。なんで私に遠慮してるんだ。
もしもし。
トゥットゥルー。あの。No トゥットゥルー。ああ。
どうした？
ダル君から聞いたんだ。オカリンがなんだか変だったって。マユシーはコミマに夢中になってて、オカリンのことよく見ててあげられなかった、ね。
She worries for him.
いつもならオカリンが元気なかったらすぐに気づくのに。ごめんね。
You've done nothing wrong, Mayuri.
でね、何かあったの？オカリン？
I can't tell her. I can't. I've kept it a secret from her all this time. That's the way it has to be.
何もないよ。
そっか。前はよくマユシーにいろんな話してくれたよね。例えば
The organization's four leaders, their names.
それぞれゲップとスレと声優とジャコだっけ。
玄武とスザクと清流と白虎だ。
そういうね、オカリンの話とっても面白かったな。でもねえオカリン、マユシーのこと重荷に感じてたら。
Don't think that, Mayuri.
そんなこと。
じゃあとりあえず切るね。もしマユシーにいろいろお話ししたいなって思ったらいつでも電話して。
Can you give me a tuturu? I will feel a lot better. Ah, thank you. and there she just does it after I said that.
マユリ、
Perfect.
あいつ何が重荷なの？勝手に自分を責めやがって。ふざけんなよ、くそ。いつもは空気を読めないくせに、なんでこういう時だけ。
重荷ね。
俺は一度だってマユリを重荷に感じた
Yeah,
こ
she
とがな
might
い。
actually be the only person you never felt about that
は
way.
っきり言ってあげればいい。
Maybe it wasn't a good idea to leave Mayuri in the dark. Either way, I can't tell her the truth. Just send her a text message, like,
これ
you're
まで
never a
あんたも
burden.
悩んだりしなかったはず。とりあえず まゆりに会いに行くべき。あの子だっていろいろ思うところがあるんだろうし。
She's right. Even if I don't tell Mayuri the truth, I need to at least tell her something. It's afternoon on the first day of Komima and the crowds are finally beginning to thin out. I've been trying to get in touch with Mayuri for a while now, but she hasn't responded. Where is she? I'm always afraid that she'll disappear the second I take my eyes off of her. It's been like that ever since she lost her grandmother. Maybe it's just my imagination. We've been so close for so long. I saw Mayuri at her weakest and most vulnerable. I just can't leave Mayuri alone. It's getting late. I step into the cemetery, the final resting place of Mayuri's beloved grandmother. When was the last time I came here? As I get closer to Mayuri's grandmother's grave, I begin to hear a voice.
ねえ、おばあちゃん。
I decide to watch silently from a short distance away.
最近ね、怖い夢をよく見るんだ。その夢の中ではね、いつもマユシーはひどい目に遭うの。ピストルでバーンって撃たれたり、車の事故
Well,
に
damn!
巻き込まれたり、
She's been dreaming about her death this whole time? What? Don't tell me.
まるで本当のことみたいで、すごく痛くて、すごく悲しくて、誰か助けてって一生懸命声を出そうとするけど出せなくて。どうしてそんな夢見るのかな。
Does she remember her death, all of them? Is she inheriting memories like I do?
でね、その夢の最後はいつも決まってるの。マユシーが泣いてるとね、オカリンが助けに来てくれるんだ。マユシーはオカリンにありがとうありがとうって言うんだけど、その声もオカリンには聞こえてなくて、オカリンはマユシーを抱きしめてとっても悲しそうな顔をしてた。泣いちゃいそうだけど絶対に泣かなくてね。でも一生懸命我慢してるのがわかるの。
Both Felice and Lukako remembered their memories from before the past changed. Not Moikado, I don't know why. I used to think that memories couldn't be shared between world lines. I used to think that I was the exception with reading Steiner. Maybe everyone has the same power and the only difference is how strong it is.
だからマユシーも悲しくなってごめんねごめんねって言うけど、やっぱり声は届かなくて、そこでいつも目が覚めるんだ。どうしてこんな夢見るのかな。
I failed so many times to save her. I've watched her die again and again. I still have a terrible decision to make. Do I save Mayuri or do I save Kurisu? There's no perfect ending here. I can't save them both. It's one or the other.
あ、そうそう。ね、最近ラボメンがすごく増えたんだよ。クリスちゃんでしょ、萌香さん、ルカくん、フェリスちゃん、それともう引っ越しちゃっていないけどすずさん。8人だよ。すごいね。
On this world line, they all became lab mems. However, not a single one of them has sent an email.
最初はオカリンとマユシーの2人だけだったのにね。ラボができたばっかりの頃はね、オカリンはあんまり面白そうじゃなかったけど、最近はね、とっても楽しそうなんだよ。
Is that how she sees it?
そんなオカリンを見てるとね、 マユシーも嬉しくなってニコニコできるの。それにね、賑やかだとウキウキしてくるし、特にクリスちゃんはね、アメリカの有名な本に論文が載ったりして、とっても頭がいいんだよ。マユシーは憧れちゃうのです。タイムマシンだって作っちゃうぐらいなんだから。あ、これはオカリンとダルくんも一緒に作ってたけどね。
But then Mayuri falls silent. What could she be thinking?
でもね、たまに思うんだ。最初マユシーが押しかけてラボに二人きりだった時のこと。学校が終わってラボに行くとね、オカリンはいないのでね、お部屋の片付けしたり可愛い小物を飾り付けたりしてるうちに、オカリンが少し遅れてやってきて、マユシーがおかえりって言うと、オカリンはただいまとは言わなくて、ご苦労って偉そうに答えてた。その後は毎日2時間ぐらい2人でぼんやり過ごして、一緒に電車でお家に帰るの。その2時間はね、会話なんてほとんどなくて、でも嫌な沈黙とかじゃなくて、ただそこにいるっていう感じで。
This is very long, this scene.
二人で並んでソファーに座って、オカリンはラボの作戦計画書みたいなのを書いてて、マユシーは漫画読んだりゲームしたりして。
If this is indeed the Mayuri ending, I bet it's gonna be one of the
たま
longest.
に思い出したようにね、一緒にお菓子を食べてた。とてもゆっくり優しく時間が流れてて、それでもいいかななんて思ったり、まるでマユシーは本当に人質になっちゃったみたいだなとかふと思って、一人でえへへって笑ったり。オカリンはニコニコしてるマユシーを見てね、こういうの。
何かいいことでもあったのか？
あのね、いいことはなかったけど、あったよ。
そうか、幻想を見たのだな。それはもしかすると機関の幹部の一人、通称イリュージョンコンダクターからの攻撃の可能性がある。
そっか、じゃあ気をつけなきゃ。でもね、きっとそのイリュージョンコダクさんっていう人は
コダクさんではない、コンダクターだ。
その人はきっと悪い人じゃないと思うな。
It was nothing, just meaningless chatter to pass the time.
それはマユシーにはすごく心地よくて、なんだか泣きそうなくらい嬉しくて、このままずっと続いてほしいなって思ってた。あ、今の賑やかさが嫌ってわけじゃないんだよ。最近ね、オカリンと話す時間ちょっと減っちゃった。だからね、マユシーは寂しくなっちゃったのかもしれないね。
It's true, I haven't had time to talk to her lately, but that's because I've been fighting to prevent her death. But she doesn't know that, so she can't feel that way to keep her dreams from coming true. Yeah. Also, that Mayuri will keep smiling. I never again want to see her cry like she did on the day her grandmother died.
でもね、オカリンの重荷にはなりたくないんだ。
I've never thought of her as a burden.
マユシーはいつもオカリンに迷惑かけてばっかりだから。ねえ、おばあちゃん。いつまでもこのままじゃいられないよね。
このままでいい。
オカリンだー。すごいね。どうしてここにいるってわかったの？
人質がどこにいるのか俺は常に把握しているのだ。
人質
だからお前は俺の手からは逃れられん。絶対にだ。
そっか。でもね、あんまり無理したらダメだよ。マユシーはね、ちょっぴり心配なのです。
お前に心配されるほどこの法王院京馬はヤワではないの。
Yeah, on that in that ending, he's gonna send the email. I think there's no other possibility. I mean, he's gonna hack into CERN.
だからそれまでお前は何も変わらずにいてくれ。
オカリン、帰ろう。
帰る前に団子を食べるんだろ。
もちろんだよ。
Akiba is empty again today. The otaku have all made the exodus to Kamima for the second day of battle. I remember what I heard yesterday, the feelings Mayuri expressed at her grandmother's grave. After I escorted Mayuri home from the cemetery, I spent the whole night racking my brain for a third option, a way out of this mess. My thoughts were a jumble, ideas coming and going too fast to judge which were right. It's too quick. Which were right and which were wrong, okay. But, of course, there isn't a right choice here. For in the end, it always comes back to the same question. Who do I let die? And no matter how I try to dance around it, the answer is always the same. I can't choose. Is she alright?
生きてたか。
そっか。ここだとあんたと会っちゃう可能性があること忘れてた。
何をしていたんだ。
考え事。
そうか。
Was she thinking about her death?
邪魔になっているようだから俺はもう行く。
ちょっと待って。No, she's not gonna stop him. Just then, something cold lands on the tip of my nose. An evening shower. It's only going to get more intense and quickly. Kurisu hasn't moved a muscle.
おい、雨が降ってきてるぞ。
She's acting strange, like her mind is elsewhere. I knew it. She's been thinking about her death, more than likely. Bikkurishita.
びっくり。
Bikkuri.
夕立を甘く見たな。
もっと早く忠告してよ。おかげで下着までびしょ濡れじゃない。
右に同じく。この暗さに助けられたな、助手よ。
どういう意味？
Oops.
もしラジカンが営業していたら、今頃お前のあられもない姿が。
あんたも変態だってこと忘れてた。
自分から下着までびしょ濡れだと申告しておいてよく言う。
これ以上口聞かないで。下着の色とかよくも妄想したな。許さないから。
妄想などしてない。冷えるか。
だから脱いで乾かせって。ふざけないで。変態の手に引っかかるもんか。
誰もそんなこと言ってないだろう。少し
Yeah, she's only making that stuff in her head so far, not him in this case.
ま、たとえ服を脱いだとしても、この暗さだから案ずることはない。お前の貧相なヌード姿は誰にも見られることは。
それ以上喋ると、あんたの大脳新皮質をポン酢につけて高級料亭で提供してやるんだから。
Please spare me that horror.
夕立ちならすぐにやむわよね。それまで待つか。なんで
喋るなと言ったのはお前だ。
あんまり近くに来ないでよ。今ぐらいの距離が限界だから。これ以上離れるとは言わないけど、これ以上近づいたら押し返すからな。
Not that I've gotten a little. Now that I've gotten a little closer, I realize that she's even more drenched than I thought. It'll take a while for her to air dry.
こっち見んな。
Looking away from her, I noticed that my lab coat is torn at the shoulder.
屋上から避難した時にどこかに引っ掛けたか。
岡部ってドジっ子だったの？
俺はマッドサイエンティスト属性であってドジっ子属性など持っていない。
It seems like forever since I've talked to Kirisu as Ho in Kyoma.
はいはい。ほら、貸しなさい。
You're trying to get me undressed?
何？
You're as pervy as I am.
ソーイングセット持ってるから縫ってやると。
Oh, yeah, she just happened to have a sewing
ソ
kit.
ーイングセットだと？お前が？
悪いか。
実験大好きっ子のくせにそんな家庭的なものを？
実験大好きっ子であると同時に家庭的な女の子かもしれないじゃない。
家庭的な女の子なのか？
相対的に見れば家庭的かもね。と言っても日本の女子高生の
Domesticity
家庭
index.
的女の子指数がどれくらいか知らないけど。
There's an index for that. First I've heard of it.
濡れてるから針が通りにくいな。
本当に偶然持っていたのか？
しつこい。そんなに私がソーイングセット持ってたら悪いの？
悪いとは言っていないが、まるで狙ったかのようだったからな。
つまりあんたが服を破ってしまうのを見越してあらかじめ用意していた。
Did you time leap too?
わかります。そんなわけあるか。それと勘違いしないでほしいんだけど、別に好きで縫ってあげてるわけじゃないんだからね。
出たな、ツンデレセリフ。
What's that tsundere again? I think it's in the tips list, but I've forgotten. Oops. Tsundere. Yeah, there it is. A girl who is usually aloof and acerbic, tsun, but becomes affectionate, dere, when alone with her romantic interest. However, the definition has been getting more broad recently. Okay.
あんたが偶然服を破って、私は偶然ソーイングセットを持っていた。だから
That's totally what a tsundere would say.
偶然。
偶然。
まさかお前、タイムリープしているということはないよな。
つまり、あんたが服を破ってしまったからタイムリープして、事前にソーイングセットを用意したって言ってもらいたいんですね。わかります。そんなわけあるか、そんなわけあるか。大事なことなので2回言いました。アンダースタン？
確かに。わざわざタイムリープして対策を練るならば、ソーイングセットではなくタオルを用意しておくのが先だからな。
何それ？皮肉？文句ばっかり。 ほら。
ありがと
出来については暗くて確認できないけど、もし仮に出来が悪くても私の腕のせいじゃない。この暗さのせいよ、きっと。ちなみに糸の色についても何が出るかお楽しみに。
う。色もランダムなのか。
Might have been pink.
黒か赤かピンク。確率は3分の1。
せめてピンクが出ないよう
And
に
it is
祈ろ
pink. やっぱり。One second of silence and suddenly we have nothing to say. It must be because of our conversation yesterday.
結論は出た。
Ah, here we go. I know what she means. That's why I can't answer.
まだ悩んでるの？あんたってまゆりのこと好きなんでしょ？
何？
ただの錯覚かもしれないけど、私の心の中に奇妙な記憶というかデジャブみたいなものがある。そこではあんたはまゆりを助けようと必死になってて、一人で
Yeah, she has memories too.
それでも前に突き進もうとしてるの。
Kurisu too?
そんな岡部が私に相談をしてきて、そのひたむきに頑張ってる姿を見て、私も力になってあげたいと思ったり。別にあんたを助けたいって思
I'm
った
gonna
わ
have
け
to
じゃないか
stop
らね。
streaming soon. If there's an ending there, we're not gonna be seeing it tonight, I'm afraid. It's just too long.
とにかく私にはなぜかそんな
I'd like to
錯
at
覚が
least finish that scene
記
if
憶の
if
ように
possible.
残ってる。
So Kurisu is the same. She still has faint memories from previous world lines.
自己分析してみたけど、夢で見たものを現実と思い込んでるのか、単なる願望か、それぐらいの結論しか出なかった。ただこれだけははっきりしてる。あんたはまゆりを助けるべきなのよ。
怖くないのか？
To save Mayuri, I must undo the current world line. If I do that, Kurisu will die.
なんだか廃墟に迷い込んだみたい。まるで世界中の電源が切られて、私たちだけ取り残されたみたい。ふと思うんだ。もしあんたがベータ世界線に行ったとする。みんなも一斉にそっちに移動するとしたら、私だけは移動できない。そうしたら世界中がこの場所みたいになっちゃうのかな。所詮これも仮説の一つだけど。
俺は
I need to say it.
お前も救う。まゆりだけじゃなくてお前も。
できもしないこと言わなくていい。怖くないかってさっき聞いた。怖いに決まってるでしょ。自分が消えるかもしれない。自分だけが取り残されるかもしれない。あるいはあんただけがこの世界線からいなくなるかもしれない。誰もあんたがいなくなったことを認識してない世界がずっと続いていって、私は何事もなかったかのようにアメリカに帰るかもしれない。かもしれない。かもしれない。かもしれない。そんないろんな可能性を考えて、そ
その度に絶望的な気分になる。でもだからマユリを見殺しにしろなんて言えると思う？
クリス。
もうなんか寒いな。濡れてる服着てる青年。たくダメだ。こんなの全然論理的じゃない。仮説にすらなってない。全部根拠のない妄想。こんなしょうもない妄想を垂れ流す脳の機能をカットしてやりたい。
Kurisu has always been calm when faced with the unknown. I've always admired her for that. I thought she was facing this calmly too. But I was wrong. Behind her cool facade, she was struggling to cope with the knowledge that her very existence was in jeopardy. She was fighting that fear all alone, and now it has finally come to the surface. Okay. Of course she's afraid. However brilliant she may be, she's still just an 18-year-old girl.
聞いて、岡部。両方救うのは無理。そうでしょ。どうあがいたって確率は2分の1なの。
だが
じゃない。私の結論は変わらない。マユリを助けて。
そう簡単に諦めろっていうのか。そんなのできるはずがないだろう。
できるかできないかじゃない。あんたをやらなくちゃいけない。
You're black again, yeah.
ダメだ。お前は俺たちの大切な仲間だ。
岡部。
It's always like this when she scolds me. Always the same glare.
他に解決策があるの？
Yeah, it's getting too long. Come on, get to the point.
犠牲にしてまで生きていたくない。もしマユリを助けなかったら。
And I have to, and I'm gonna have to stop streaming any minute now. I'd like to, at least this scene to be over. I hate this choice with no right answer. I hate the universe for being so cruel.
お前はここにいるのにこんなのあんまりだ。
岡部、ありがとう。私のためにそこまで苦しんでくれて。でももう十分。私は大丈夫だから。あとはマユリのことだけ。
I need to determine the future of the world. So, are we at that point?
すまない。俺はマユリだけはどうしても救いたいから、お前を助けられない。
When I finish, I feel as if a great weight has left my shoulders. Yeah, okay, his decision is made now, and this is how things are going to be. At the same time, as if 1,000 needles are stabbing into my heart.
さてと、先に帰る。
帰るって
アメリカ？
ラボに決まってるでしょ。服を乾かさないと。シャワーも浴びたいし。
In that case, we should go back together. But before I can suggest it, Kurisu beats me to the punch as if she read my mind.
あんたはそこでずぶ濡れのまましばらく待ってて。わかった？
We can't go back together, that's her verdict.
わかった。
That would make things even harder. She doesn't want you to change your mind. Even though it's the middle of the summer and the air conditioning isn't working, I can't stop shivering. There's no way I can look Kurisu in the eye anymore. I realize that part of me is glad that we didn't have to return to the lab together. My self-loathing echoes in the darkness. And with that scene over, I'm gonna stop here, and we're gonna finish this tomorrow. I think that might be the final stream of that game tomorrow. Because if this is the Mairi ending, and then there's only one other ending, and then the true ending, and both of them go together hand in hand. And I've already prepared to not have to replay the whole thing from the beginning. So that I'm only able to show what's different if you go for Kurisu's ending. Then I should be able to show that tomorrow as well. I don't expect there to be a lot left of that one in this case. And well, we'll see if I have enough time to do it all tomorrow. But I think that might be the finale tomorrow night then. I'll be back tomorrow, and thanks for watching. Take care, guys, and hopefully we can all see each other tomorrow. If you encountered this song until now, normally it's supposed to be the opening of the game. Hold on. Yeah, but my laptop is probably not gonna want me to see it. It's probably gonna take a long time to load. And unless I stop listening to the volume of the game, yeah, I'm gonna unplug my the sound from the game. Yeah, my laptop just doesn't want to hear about it, it seems. Hold on. I'm gonna... If everything is gonna work as it should, okay. Nah, I don't think it's in that version of the game, that one. I think it's a different one in that version of the game. I think it's a different one. Yeah, I do think it's a completely different one. Well, hold on. Yeah, okay. I did save. Let's go back to the title menu. If I go to extra, I think the OP movie, yeah. Yeah, it's that music track, it's not the same one. Yeah, if you missed the beginning of the first stream, obviously you wouldn't know, because you didn't catch it then. Yeah, it's a Japanese singer singing in English with a thick Japanese accent. Yeah, okay, well that's what it is. Anyway, yeah, I really have to go now, it's getting really late. I'll be back tomorrow then. See you guys and take care, okay? Bye-bye.